Yeah. What's up? It's our buck Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today, USA Boxing. We are back. We back up in this BIH, man. It is what it is, man. We back up in here, man. We back up in here, boy. I mean, man, I had a pretty good fight weekend. Man. We're gonna get right into the show. I'm not even gonna wait and delay. I normally try to wait till I at least get 100 people in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link so Rick send it to Rick right quick. But I always like to have my acknowledgement. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to Rick. Rick, what's going on, fam? Knockdown 305, Rockbond, what's going on, brother? Swat Jones, what's happening? Little Green Eyes Peace, salute, sis. Jaime Rivera, what's going on, fam? What's going on? As School of X-Man with the link read, as the new year approaches, you got to do some purging. You know what I'm saying? As the new year approaches, you get what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that some other day. Shout out to Jaime. What's going on? Alex, what's going on, fam? Alex, what's going on? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Man, listen, man. Right now, we're gonna do well. We're really gonna take this platform to a different level. Just giving you guys a heads up. We're taking it to a different level, and everyone is helping. Whether they hate it or love it, they help it. Whether they hate it or love it, they help it. You know what I mean? Especially, the ones who help, and I really appreciate you guys. The ones who hate, I really appreciate you guys as well, because you're actually helping. You know what I mean? But let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. Give everybody a round of applause, man. We're going to get right into the show. You haven't seen nothing yet. What's next for Terence Crawford? Good question, right? What's next for Terence Crawford? Does Teofimo Lopez still have it? You know what I mean? Good question. Does he still have it? You already know where I'm going at with this, right? We're going to have Rick Glaser on the show. So he'll be coming on in a few minutes. Terence Crawford put on a magnificent performance in his hometown in Omaha, Nebraska this past Saturday night. I know I was there. Crawford caught David Avanesyan in between shots in an exchange with a left uppercut and right hook. Hit him, right hook, caught him right around the guard, right on the jaw, to score a vicious knockout in the 6th round. Terence Crawford said at his post-fight press conference that he's a free agent and that he's available. And he also said it in the ring as well. When asked about Errol Spence, Terence Crawford let it be known his phone is open to whomever wants to do business with him in the ring. He also said, everybody know who I want. Tired of, saying the same thing, call the names out, yada, 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 yada. It is what it is. He's done. Again, I don't think the Terence Crawford Errol Spence fight is going to happen. I'm just being honest with you. I'm like 85% sure. There's a possibility, other 15% possibility, but I'm 85% sure that shit ain't gonna happen at all. It is what it is. But fighters like Regis Prograis, as well as myself included, don't believe that Crawford and Spence fight will happen. Have an interview, and I was standing right there where Regis Prograis did the interview because I interviewed him after. He said that he don't see. And shout out to the boys over there at Fight Hype. The brother that was over there at Fight Hype that conducted the interview, you know who I'm talking about. You had that San Francisco 49ers shirt on, and we were talking about the Bucks in San Francisco. You said you guys were going to smash us. You're right. You smashed us. True. I don't watch football, so, I catch it every now and then, but I'm not really a big sports guy outside of boxing. But, yeah, man, you're right. You smashed us. But, yeah, shout out to you, brother. I forgot your name. But, he interviewed that brother Fight Hype. I had an actual video, and he said he seriously doubt that fight happened. And I'm more in lines with Regis Prograis, more in lines with him. But that's neither here nor there. The only time to tell, but we're gonna have to move on from Crawford Spence. Simply because the goalpost seems to be always being moved when it comes to Crawford and the PBC, for whatever reason may be. Crawford's detractors online say that Terence Crawford doesn't know how to do business. But this man has made $16 million in his last 2 fights. There's no one in the welterweight division who makes more money than Terence Crawford. So Terence Crawford doesn't know how to do business. He does bad business, but yet he's made $16 million in his last 2 fights. Bad business, huh? Interesting. Now that he is his own boss, Crawford doesn't have to call Al, Bob, or anyone else to make fights for him. If Boots Ennis or Virgil Ortiz, bring those young men up, want to fight Terence Crawford, because you're hearing a lot of online stuff. Oh, man, Boots mandatory. He's not the mandatory. Well, Boots number one. He's not number one. But let's say he's the mandatory. He is number one. Guess what Boots have to do? It's very simple. What Sean Porter did. Remember how the Sean Porter fight got made? Virgil Ortiz was ranked number one in the WBO. Guess what happened? Virgil Ortiz was ranked number one for like probably a year somewhere up in there. Almost a year somewhere up in there. They didn't do nothing with that, with the mandatory status. Nothing. So the WBO leapfrogged Ortiz, swapped places with Sean Porter. As soon as Sean Porter went from number 2 to number 1, he immediately activated the mandatory to fight. Al Heyman and Bob Arum was trying to negotiate the fight. They wasn't able to negotiate. It went to a purse bid. Bob Arum won the purse bid for $10 million. Terence Crawford got $6 million. Sean Porter got $4 million, his highest payday to date. That's what happened. So all Virgil Ortiz or Jerron Ennis have to do is activate the mandatory. Same thing Sean Porter did, right? But if Boots or Virgil wants to fight Terence Crawford, they can petition the WBO right now in order to force that fight, depending on who's ever number one is, right? But for some strange reason, Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis petitioned the IBF and the WBA instead of petitioning the WBO. Why? I have no idea. So what's next for Bud? We'll find out. In other news, Teofimo Lopez won a controversial split decision over Sandor de Martin. Teofimo was knocked down early in the second round with a check right hook while he was rushing in, not jabbing his way in, and it was scored a knockdown. However, in the 8th round, Teofimo was knocked down again with another right hook, check right hook, to be exact, in the 8th round. But for some reason, the referee said it wasn't a knockdown. I was listening to the commentator, and the commentator told me, yeah, he said that was not a knockdown. It was a knockdown. I have the receipt. I'm going to show you. When you look at the replay in slow motion, it definitely was a knockdown. Many people are saying that Sandor de Martin got robbed. Even Sandor himself said so. But after the fight, Teofimo asked someone in his team, maybe it was his father, or it was a guy right in front of him. He said that, do I still have it? And he had a perplexed look on his face, questioning whether is he still that guy that he was, right? Some people are saying Teofimo isn't the same after the Cambosos loss. After the Cambosos loss, I got you. People saying he wasn't the same, right? And I will agree, he wasn't the same. It seemed like he wasn't the same because we saw him partying and dancing and doing all kind of stuff with his dad. Doing some smoking hookahs and doing the body punch challenge when he had the big. I forgot this real big guy name. Teofimo let him punch him in the abs. When he hit him in the abs with the left hook. I guess body shot challenge like Ryan Garcia was doing. I don't know what Teofimo thinking about with doing that. You know what I mean? But he's questioning, you know what I mean? He's questioning, right? Some people are saying that Teofimo isn't the same fighter that he was prior to losing to George Kambosos. Now, the question I have is this here. What do you guys think? Do you think Teofimo is the same fighter? And what's next for Terence Crawford? Shout out to Drew.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Espinosa talking like a Weasel lawyer with me on Twitter, saying more boxing cards in 2023 than this year, but won't say how many are pay-per-view. Hey man, man, you know what it is, man. The thing is we gonna, you know what I say, Drew. Everything gonna tell itself in time. Everything. Say, oh yeah, my bad. I gotta send Rick this link. Everything, the whole story gonna tell itself. We already know what time it is. We already know what time it is. You know what I mean? It just has to take time for the people to see it. You know what I mean? We just got to take time for the people to see it. know what I mean? So that's what's gonna happen with it. I just had to send Rick Glaser the link. He said Bud must unify the belts. Do you think how is he gonna do that? Do you have any suggestions, Aaron? How is he gonna do that? This dude here, Jay Knight, said Bud scared of Spence. Teofimo is going through confidences. Bud scared of Spence, huh? Okay. You must have been listening. You must have been listening too much Fag Nah. Slick Rick, what's going on? Shout out to my main man Rick Glaser is in the building. Hold on, Rick. Let me see, can I get us both together? All right, there we go. There we go. Shout out to Damian Bennett. What's going on, fam? Rick Glaser, what's going on, brother? Talk to me.
I'd like to thank Terence Crawford for this new Rolex I just got today.
Oh, new rolling?
Yep. Yeah, I bet on Terence Crawford and the under, and it wouldn't go the distance, and it got me the new Rolex today. Thank you. Thank you, Terence Crawford.
I think when you was on here, you said he'll stop him in like the 6 or the 7, somewhere up in there. Because I was saying,
yeah, I said it would be a really good fight that David would put pressure on, but he eventually gets stopped. Yeah. As I said, it would be a great fight till it wouldn't be anymore. So that's what happened. I mean, Terence Crawford's great. That's why nobody wants to fight the guy. They're not standing in line to fight Terence Crawford. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, David Avanesyan is a very good fighter. He's European champion, won 6 fights in a row. He was a legitimate top 10 contender in 3 out of the 4 organizations, and he got splattered like everybody else. You realize that no one has gone the distance with Terence Crawford in like 6.5 years, and ever since he's been a welterweight.
You mean the guy? That. You mean the guy that's chinny, that's nobody, that's he ain't fought nobody, and that
guy from Omaha that's good friends with Warren Buffett. That's the guy. The guy who had 15,000 in a building, and if you say you're fighting nobody, imagine if you fought somebody, how many people would show up, right?
Oh man, yeah. I mean the little small guy from the 135-pounder. Wow.
That's him. Yes. That's him. Man. The guy that's probably got 30 million, 40 million in the bank. You can only imagine what that guy's got bank. He doesn't spend any money. He lives right. Remember one thing about people that live right. They always got the money.
Yeah, man. Hey, Rick, so what do you think about the actual production of the BLK Prime?
I thought it was very good. I watched the pay-per-view on their app. I thought it was excellent production. They were a little short on volume of cameras, but they did that with intent. They wanted to keep it simple because it was their first big production. Thought they did a great job. They had very good announcers. The only 2 complaints I had was that James Ballard was so past it. I mean, he didn't even have legs to stand up. But I don't think they knew that, and I don't think their matchmaker knew that. I knew that, but it's beside the point. I wouldn't have used him in that situation, or I would have used him and put him off TV. I thought the heavyweight, the fat guy, was ridiculous. I would have used somebody else instead of the fat guy.
Yeah, you know what though? I was watching him fight, right? Because me and
Freeway.
Me and Freeway, Mickey Bay, we were sitting right in there, and shout out to those guys, Freeway, Mickey Bay, and shout out to Antonio Taba Jr. who was sitting there, and he was like, man, we don't know what this dude gonna do, man. They got this dude, fat dude, overweight, man, he gonna get killed. Now that dude actually knew how to box.
Yeah, I know, but it was the eyesight of it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't belong. When you're paying $40 for a boxing show, that guy doesn't belong. James Ballard didn't belong. Now James Ballard and Steve Nelson belong on the undercard. Did the fat guy belong on the undercard? Yeah, but not on pay-per-view.
Not on pay-per-view.
Not on pay-per-view. Now, do I think that Steve Nelson deserved to be on pay-per-view? Yeah, it's his hometown. He's Terence Crawford's stable. He's stablemate of Terence Crawford's. I get that. But, then you put him in with somebody better. Okay, if that's the case. And did what's his name? Milton, whatever his name is, Jeremiah Milton. Did he belong on the undercard? Yeah, he's an undefeated heavyweight from the region, from Oklahoma. And yes, but he should have been in with somebody that looked like they belonged on pay-per-view. Okay. But other than that, it was a good production. It was easy to sign up for to get the pay-per-view. There's no complaints. I thought the main event was great till it wasn't great anymore, till it was over, and that's what it was supposed to be. That's Terence Crawford's MO.
Shout out to hold on. Shout out to Drew.
Hey, okay.
Drew said exactly, coach. And time will tell. He said they know guys like us pull up to the fights and pay. He said they want our money, but upset when we criticize. We're boxing. Okay. He's talking about the actual Showtime, what's going on with Showtime and stuff like that. Shout out to Drew again.
Hey, okay.
Let me say, Rick, Paramount just came out on Bloomberg saying ad sales in shows. He said the ad sales show worse than they had originally thought, and sales drop. Espinosa won't say how many fights will be on pay-per-view, obviously next year. He said, you think they can end boxing third quarter in 2023?
Sometime in 2023, Showtime will fail to exist, and and boxing will fail to exist on Showtime, because Showtime's going to get merged into the Paramount Plus app. I mean, it's just the handwriting's on the wall. All the earmarks are there, including the board of directors getting together and agreeing on this and everything. So it's just, the game's over. You know, what's his name can say what he wants to say, Espinosa. All these guys can deflect what the truth is for now, but the truth will rear itself eventually. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of what month it happens. I mean, are they going to shut down instantly? No, they're going to give you a 90-day announcement or some friggin' thing like that. Maybe they go to the end of the year, but in 2023, there'll be an announcement that either Showtime fails to exist or Showtime gets blended in with Paramount. But Showtime is a cable app, cable network. It's over.
So now you mean as it relates to boxing? You mean that HBO is still around?
No, Showtime's not going to exist, period, as a cable network.
Okay. I missed.
They're losing subscribers at a faster rate than people are cutting the cord. That's not a good sign.
Okay. That's hold on. We got another chat right here. Shout out to Swift 718.
Hey, okay.
What do you say, fam, for dropping that half a dub on your boy? He said, "What's up, man?" He said, "Someone sent me an article saying Fox renewed the PBC for 2023. Is that a legit article or was that cap?" I have no idea. Fam.
I never heard that, and I don't think that they are going to renew it. I can't see that. They've already told PBC they weren't going forward them in 2023, so I don't think they're going to go backwards and go back there.
Yeah. Hey, Damian Bennett. Yeah, no. Devon Webster. I got what you're saying, fam. I read what you just said. Shout out to Drew.
Hey, okay.
He said, Rick. He said, Rick. Free said sack Sal for Christmas.
Free sack Sal for Christmas? No, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And by the way, $2. Have you ever heard of inflation? It's up to $5. Come on now, get real.
No, Judo gave it twice. This is third time though.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Squad Jones.
Hey, okay.
He said, Coach Miles, the content in vids was dope this weekend. Blessings to you. Yeah, it would have been a whole lot better, but I appreciate you, fam. It would have been a whole lot better, man. If I'd have brought my camera, I didn't bring my camera, but you know what I mean? But next time I definitely be there. I definitely have my camera and stuff. So, Rick, I was there, actually. I was there at the fight, as you know. It was packed. I would say, you know, I think that venue holds like 17,500 people, because when I looked at it before I went to the fight, I saw that's what it held. I would say that from what I saw, I would say that they might have fell short, probably like maybe 1,500, 1,600, somewhere up in there, because everywhere was full, even up top.
Don't forget one thing. When you sell out, it's based on how many tickets you sell. It's not based on how many people show up. We have a lot of hockey games here in Buffalo that they sell out for the game, and then there's 2,500 less people because there's a snowstorm, or because they had season tickets and the Buffalo Bills are playing that day or that night. Yeah. So they don't come. So that's not, you got to go by ticket sales, not how many athletes showed up.
You're right. You know, you 1,000% correct about that. You 1,000% correct about that. So, whatever ticket sales they had, they sold all those tickets.
How many people do you think that when they buy their tickets 2 months in advance or 6 weeks, are actually alive by the time that they buy, especially with gun violence so high today? Just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, but man, the electricity was amazing.
Listen, He's their there's no professional sports franchise in the state of Nebraska. Everything is college football. Okay. And to admit college basketball, dirt track auto racing.
Mm.
Terence Crawford is their professional sports franchise. That's all there is to it.
Do
That's
you
simple.
feel, hey Rick, do you feel, because well, on social media, just on social media,
Mhm.
with with a certain group of people,
You
do you
mean
think
what group of people are those? Please identify. I'm having trouble.
they go by many different names. They go by aerosexuals, they go by Wakandas, they go by the alphabet boys.
Haymanites,
Oh yeah,
LVBCers,
yeah, the Hamanite stuff
Wilderettes,
like that.
Wilderettes. Don't forget
Um,
those Dangerous Crew.
I don't know. I don't know about Deontay Wilder fans. I think they fans don't really hate on Crawford like that. But the question I want to ask is, do you think that a lot of the hate that they have for him is actually helping him become even more successful?
The hate for
For
Crawford,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
They're bringing the awareness out
yeah.
every time they open up their mouth and mention his name. Listen, it's just what the facts are. It's to do with anything, not just Crawford. If they're going to jump on somebody's ass, the guy's going to become more well known and more popular, and the people that aren't involved are going to say, "Geez, I got to take note of this. What's this all about?" And all of a sudden, they're watching. So yes, it does happen that way.
Hey, so I've been hearing, I just want to address some of these detractors. Address two things. They say that Terence Crawford does bad business. He doesn't know how to do business. These are broke guys that's home. They don't have any money. They say that he's doing bad business. But me and you was talking on the phone. I said, well, Rick, his last two fights, he made $16 million. So if making $16 million in your last two fights, being the highest paid welterweight, highest paid fighter in the welterweight division is doing bad business, then can you please tell me what is good business?
Let me say this to you.
Yeah.
The best way I know how. A manager's job, or who's ever negotiating for the fighter, it's not just about the money. It's the circumstances, it's the terms,
Yeah.
and it's who you're fighting. It's risk and reward.
Mm-hmm.
And he knocked out two guys deader than a doornail,
Mm-hmm.
Porter and Azavanian.
Right.
And he upped his aura and the mythology of Terence Crawford goes forward now with engrossed amount of money, $16 more million. Even if he didn't make $10 million the other night, I'm a little suspect of that because I heard another figure, but it's still great. What he did get was great. So it doesn't matter. Everything's going forward in a positive fashion. And Terence, and the same night that this guy made reputedly $10 million and scored a sensational knockout, and everybody's talking about it, the other guy, Spence, got in a car accident with a 14-year-old and got his leg injured. So
I heard he was going to be all right. So I heard
right, oh, he's going to be all right,
14-year-old
thankfully. But the point is, he's got no fights scheduled. He's got nothing scheduled. When's his next fight? A guy like that needs 10 weeks. When's his next fight? Based on this, it's not even going to happen in February. March? I mean, when's his next fight? He fought last April. Yeah. Doesn't even have a fight scheduled.
Yeah, I mean, again, and I think that's the problem. I was looking at an interview that Adrien Broner gave. I want to say it was either Fight Hub or Fight Hype, one of the two. And they asked him a question as it relates to what's different with BLK Prime. And I took it as though he was throwing shots at the PBC. He didn't mention him by name.
Okay.
Adrien Broner.
Okay.
Adrien Broner. So he said that the money is real. He said, what is it about BLK Prime? He said, well, the money is real. He said that we're not, we don't receive empty promises over here. This is what he said. I got the video. We don't receive empty promises over here. Mm-hmm. And he said that I'm gonna tell all you other fighters. He didn't say any names. He said, I'm gonna tell all you other fighters, you sitting around waiting a year to 18 months to have a fight. You know what I mean? He said, y'all need to wake up, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. It's a new day. That's what he said. Now, people are going to hate on Adrien Broner for saying that because he didn't mention any names, but they're going to take it personal and internalize it and say, you're talking about my favorite advisory company, the promotional company. But, because these guys have an emotional attachment to something that they don't even have a monetary investment in. So
let me run this by you.
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I see this all the time on Twitter and Facebook from the LDBC types and the Haymanites and the Earl Sexuals.
Mm.
They always say we, like they're getting money from this. Okay, we. In other words, we meaning Spence. We meaning PBC. We meaning their favorite fighter, Spence. We. Okay, when I say we, I'm making a living.
They do say we. They do say we. Yes, you will. See what we need. See, we need you to sign the contract and see 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20. Hold on. What you say, Mom? Hold on. Hey, baby, what's going on? Look, I need you to go to the grocery store for me. Wait a minute, baby. Hold on. I'm online right now. I'm arguing with this dude on Twitter. He doing bad business. Man made $16 million in the last 2 fights. He doing bad business. You got a net worth of 2 figures. He doing bad business. He got a net worth of 8 figures. What the hell are you talking about again, sir? Hey, let me get this super chat out the way, Rick.
It's just so comical, it just is. I mean, I laugh every day about it. We like they're getting a check. I'm getting a check.
Hey, shout out to Jay Rods. He said salute to both Rick and Coach. Do you believe Bud's glove gate is real?
No, the commission was just inexperienced. It didn't have a second pair of gloves. Nobody had a second pair of gloves. The promotion was new to this. Yeah. Shit happens. No, there's no glove gate. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, he had some air weights in there.
Why did he need to rig the gloves to knock out Sean Porter?
Hey, you know what it's called? We reaching. Yeah, glove gate. He had loaded gloves. He broke. He ain't got no money. He do bad business.
All I know is that fight the other night accomplished everything that Terence Crawford wanted to accomplish. He put money in the bank, money to feed his family, got a sensational win, a knockout win, got the rust off, kept busy, and is motoring forward. He did it without Al Heyman and putting up with Al Heyman's babaluba.
Sign the contract. 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20. Take whatever we give you. Rick, you just signed the contract. I'm gonna give you 6. You're gonna get 80, 20. 80% go to me, 20% go to you. Nothing guaranteed. Now, what we gonna do now? You're gonna get paid 20%. But whatever I tell you it is, that's what it's gonna be. Do you trust me? Sign the contract. Sign the contract. Hey, shout out to
Somebody once said to me, he says, Rick, under any circumstances, would you trust Al Heyman? I says, if I was on an island alone with Al Heyman, I would sleep with one eye wide open.
Hey, shout out to Swift. What'd you say? You said I was at Madison Square Garden that night. He said bought tickets Friday, but upper level was blacked out, and there were plenty of seats available. I don't know if Aaron runs in Madison Square Garden again. It's expensive, but Mauricio for televised program, or more so for televised program. But wait a minute, they fought in the Hulu theater, right?
No, they fought. They ended up fighting in a big room. They sold 7,400 tickets, which was 1,900 more than the small room, and the Garden gave them a deal on the big room.
Okay. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Then. Hey, shout out to School of X Man. He said get the lights up. Start decking the light button.
Remember, they didn't have a world title fight on the show. That when you don't have a world title fight, that makes a big difference.
You know when the fight was going on, there was a basketball game, because I looked at the itinerary for that day, right? It was on the website actually. It was a basketball game going on. There's 2 arenas right around the corner from each other, the Chi Help Center, and then there's another arena not too far from it. And Ashanti Ja Rule, you probably don't know who these are, but 2 rapper named Ja Rule, R&B singer named Ashanti Lloyd. They had a concert that night during the time of the fight. It ended before Crawford fight started, but the dude Lloyd. Now you know what? I think it was probably still going on. I think Lloyd was there. He sung a couple of songs, but then he was in the fight as well. So, just the amount of people that showed up while there was a concert going on in Omaha as well, not too far from the arena, is amazing.
Just take for instance this. Okay, yeah. Go Google Dallas Fort Worth. What's the population for the region and the population for Omaha for the region?
Uh,
And in reality, compared to the population of the region, what's his name did more ticket sales, Terence Crawford, than Errol Spence does. If you compare region to region, the size.
yeah, Dallas.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, Dallas is bigger than Omaha though. But I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
well, Dallas, you got to conclude Fort Worth because that's the region.
Oh yeah. You do
They're
have to
attached.
include
It's like
Fort Worth.
Minneapolis and St. Paul. They're
Yeah.
attached.
You're talking about the region. Talking about the region.
Right.
So my thing is after the fight, they interviewed Crawford. He let it be known he's a free agent. He let it be known his phone is available. I met him myself. I had a couple of words with him. I get the sense and I got a chance to I was listening to the interview that shout out to the boys at Fight Hub. Fight Hub gave Regis Prograis, and he was very, very skeptical. He was like, man, I don't see the Crawford Spence fight happening. Same thing that you've been saying since you've been on here. You told me that a year ago. Rick Glaser, I mean not Rick Glaser, Steve Kemp said the same thing, and he just said he just don't see it happening. And he said there's a lot.
I'm going to tell you, excuse me for interrupting you, but I got to tell you something. Steve Kim and I have almost identical minds when it comes to boxing. It's scary. It really is. I mean, he thinks just like I do, and I think like he does. It's amazing. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So, anyways, and it's some stuff I'm gonna talk to you about offline, not on air, offline. Some of the people that I've spoken with that was a part of the event that they told me. So, Crawford has a lot of options. He has a lot of options from what I've learned. Really, the sky's the limit. The Spence fight, I'm 85%. I'm like 85%. I doubt that happens. I don't think Al Heyman will want to make that fight at all.
Well, it's one of the two things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Either Heyman doesn't allow him to take the fight, okay, which he won't, or he hasn't so far, unless Spence talks him into it. Okay, or we see Spence laid out. It's one of the two. It ain't going to be anywhere in between. In other words, it ain't going to be Spence wins or he goes the limit. He's getting knocked the fuck out. That's all there's to it. If Heyman allows it.
So by Crawford being a free agent, do you see him maybe working with Top Rank again? Because I asked this question and I'm hearing that could be a possibility as well.
Listen. Bob is the greatest promoter ever. I don't put anything past Bob in accomplishments. Would they work together again? It would be monumental. If they did, it would be great. But I don't know if it happens or not. But I know it would be great for both parties if they did.
Yeah. No, from what I learned, there's no animosity. There's no animosity at all. And
well, I think Aram, if Aram was upset because he was called a racist when everybody knows he's not, I would think he would be upset about that. I don't blame him for that. But I think if Terence dropped the lawsuit and he fought, I think fighting again for Top Rank is a real possibility, especially if Josh Taylor moves up to 147. Which he will next after he fights Cantrell. Catterall. I'm sorry. And I could see that happening in a big way. The possibilities are there. I mean, as Terence has seen when, quote, it was supposed to be better on the other side of the street, on the Heyman side. He saw that was a lie. That was all propaganda.
Yeah.
He might welcome himself back into Bob's waiting arms because of the fact that he saw that it was all jerk off shit.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it just I don't see it happening. But he has a boatload of money waiting on him. I'm like, because Eddie Hearn is saying what he's saying, he hating on him and stuff like that, and I get it, it's fuck Crawford Day, but it's I'm gonna talk to you when we get off air. He got a lot of opportunity. He got a lot of options. The question I have for you is this: we have two young fighters in the welterweight division, Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. In the WBO, I think both of those guys are ranked number 1 and 2. But for some reason, Virgil Ortiz, been mandated in the WBA to fight Stanionis, and then Boots Ennis. I'm assuming that will push him up to number one. I don't know how the WBO is going to do that yet, but he will have an opportunity to just petition to fight Terence Crawford as a mandatory.
He won't do that. That's why they're fighting for the the IBF interim title, because he wants to go after Spence. He doesn't want to go after Crawford. He knows that's a dangerous fight.
My question is this though. Because according to the detractors, Terence Crawford is ducking Jerron Boots Ennis. So my question to the detractors is this, and I know you guys are very, very low IQ, but I'm gonna try to break it down to you as possible, as to the level that I think you can understand it. If Jerron Boots Ennis is the number one guy in the WBO, can you please riddle me this? Why is he petitioning the IBF to fight to become the number one to Errol Spence?
Right.
Why is he petitioning the IBF instead of petitioning the WBO to fight Crawford? Can anyone explain that to me?
Because it's more jerk off shit on fans' behavior that are that don't like Terence Crawford. I mean, listen, I don't know why so many people don't like Terence Crawford. I mean, he's got a lot of fans himself, but they don't dislike him; they hate him. I don't understand it. There's nothing hateable about the guy. Guy's a nice guy. Guy does his job as a career professional. Mm-hmm. They hate him.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
because
that's fine.
He's not with the Messiah, Al Heyman.
Not with the Messiah, huh? The Messiah. So what do you think about what Adrien Broner had to say about, when they had him on Fight Hub TV, and he talked about the money that he's making with BLK Prime is real. He said that we don't have to wait. There's no empty promises. And he said that all of you fighters that's sitting around waiting for a year to fight, waiting 18 months to fight, y'all need to wait. He said, this is exactly what he said. Y'all need to wake the fuck up and realize it's a new day or something of that sort. What do you think about that? What do you think he mean by that?
It's clear the PBC's falling apart at the seams. And, it's all lies by Heyman. It's all propaganda, bullshit, con, gaff by the ultimate obstructionist Al Heyman, and by the spin master Tim Smith, their director of communications for PBC and Heyman. That's what it's all about. It's just all spin. I did tell you what Gary Russell Sr. had told me in a conversation with Al Heyman. Yeah. In a conversation with Al Heyman years ago, he wanted to know why his kid was only fighting once a year as a world champion after he had lost. This is after he had lost to Loma and got the title back. And Al Heyman told him, Gary, if he fights twice a year, he's got twice as much chance of losing his title.
Oh yeah. Y'all remember you said that. I do remember you said that. So,
what a con man. Oh my God.
But hold on, let me get this super chat out of the way. Shout out to my brother, man, Boston Logic United.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that half a dub on your boy. He said, congratulations on your elevation, coach. You earned it. Great picks from the fight. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have some better ones next time. I will be in Vegas as well.
What happened? Instead of flying at 20,000 feet, the pilot went up to 30,000. What do you mean elevation? Am I missing something here?
No. Yeah, you around here telling jokes. Rick, you around here telling jokes. Adrien Broner, so he didn't mention the PBC by name, but he just said just fighters in general. You can interpret it how you want to interpret it. But it seemed like that Adrien Broner has woken up somehow. And what do you think about Broner? I was at the fight. Adrien Broner did a press conference. I met Adrien Broner. He was, I was sitting next to Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross, and me and Mickey Bay, and he just walked right by, shook everybody's hand, gave. Let me tell you something, Ross on Freeway, man, Freeway famous as hell, man. Like everybody was hugging Freeway and wanted to take a picture with him. I'm talking about
think about this. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why he's so famous? I'll tell you why he's so famous. He was the biggest domestic drug dealer in the history of America. Okay, he never was accused of any murders or kidnappings. All business. He was all business, nothing to do with any bullshit. And when he got caught, he kept his mouth shut and looked at life in prison and took it like a man. And he's got a great personality and he's fun to be around. How could you not like the guy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's really he's really one of the nicest
Like
people
a
you ever
friend
want to
of
meet.
mine said, a friend of
Yeah.
mine had a great line about Freeway. Was he a drug dealer? Was he a prolific drug dealer?
Mm.
Yes, but he's a lovable guy.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
something. And I mean, I was around him. I'm around him. You know, I do. We do business together. I'm his advisor, and um, I met him at first. The guy's got so much charisma. He
mm,
carries a room. He's just a really cool guy. How could you
yeah,
miss?
yeah, man. I'm like, bro, like we were just sitting there. Then when we started walking, and he couldn't move. Like the commissioner,
No.
we sitting right next to the WBO commissioner. He's the WBO commissioner is right there as well, right? So we sitting right there, right where David Avanesyan got knocked out at when his head hit the mat. We're right there. Like, God, I got pictures of him in the corner. I just haven't put them out. Well, I'm not gonna put them out, but yeah, I'm like, man, damn, and bro, just everybody, the guys from BLK Prime, the owners, that they were just everyone, bro. Like when I say everyone, all of the fighters, you know what I mean? I mean, not Crawford, but I'm just saying, just literally. I'm like, God damn, like this dude is really, 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 really like people genuinely love.
He he
Um,
he
they love this
he's
guy.
he, he's a cross between legendary and iconic.
Mm,
And it's really weird because you think he would be people look at him like a scoundrel and they nobody does. And it's great. I think
yeah,
and he has reformed himself. Remember, he's been out of prison since 2009. He's
yeah,
been out of prison 13 years
13 years, yeah,
and he's never gone back and there's good reason for it. He's legit. He went from what he was to what he is now and the transformation is tremendous. But like I said, he never murdered anybody, he never kidnapped anybody, he didn't do anything that other stuff. It was strictly a business, and you got to respect that. You got to respect that. And I've met some of the people that were around him back then that were associates and partners of his. They worked with him, under him. One guy in particular, I mean, he swears by Freeway as the greatest guy ever.
yeah,
I
yeah. Now
mean,
he's very, very like he commands the room. When he walks in the room, he
everybody,
commands the
there's
room. Yeah,
there's a great line. Everybody can't be wrong. There's truth in quantity. That's
yeah,
all you need to know.
yeah, yeah.
You know. Now
He
here's a guy. Here's a guy that I think highly of. You met him.
mm,
Mickey Bay was sitting with him. Nobody can go away with saying a bad word about the guy. And the best part about the guy is he doesn't think he's the most intelligent guy in the room. He
nah.
just wants to blend in.
Yeah, he
Can't
just
beat
wants to
that.
really. Yeah, he don't even want to really be seen.
Right. Right.
He's really embarrassed if you walk up to him. He don't really want to be seen. But
Right.
Rick, Freeway, look at
I,
the picture, look at the
I'll
picture.
I'll tell you a funny story about him. So we're in San Antonio together. This is I don't know, October, September of 2000 and last year, September,
Yeah,
and we're in San Antonio. And these people are waving to him and hi, how, and there's a young waitress and she sees me sitting with me. I got up and go to the laboratory and she grabs me and she says, "Who is that guy?" Everybody's whispering. I says, "Well, that's an iconic figure in American history." And she says, "Who is he?" I says, "His name is Freeway Rick Ross." I says, "Don't say anything, just Google him." Okay. I got up to go pay the check, and she grabs me by the wrist and she says, "Oh my God." That's all she said.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. So it's it's quite a
Hey,
send off coming from an 18, 19-year-old who didn't know knew who he was, but noticed all the people saying hello and waving to him. And this is a person in a strange restaurant. I mean, didn't even know these people, but they know who he was. It's amazing.
hey, you know what though? I want to give a shout out to Roshiki. Roshiki and your lovely wife. Roshiki is one of the members. He watched the show. Shout out to Roshiki. Shout out to the brother over there at BLK Prime. He said to watch the show. Brother Kareem. Shout
Kareem
out.
from Chicago, older
No,
guy.
yeah, from Detroit. Take it from.
Oh no, no, this guy's from Kareem's from Chicago that I know.
How old is he?
He's probably in his 70s.
Yeah, this is the same Kareem. This is the same one.
Okay, good
It's the
man. I
same
thought
one.
he was from Chicago, from
Yeah, yeah,
Detroit.
yeah. He's from Detroit. So he lives in Detroit.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
good man.
It's the same one. It's the same one. It's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, good man.
Shout out to Kareem. Oh yeah, and Rick. Well, you spoke to Rick. You spoke to Rick today, but he said he said he loved you. He said that's my main man now. Rick
Who,
Glaser.
Freeway?
Yeah, Freeway. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get along with him great. He's
Yeah.
a great guy. There's no negativity. He's a great guy. I got nothing but positive. Oh, whoa! This guy gets 2 kisses. What's he saying? $20. Hey, bro, come on. Now this guy realizes inflation. I'm impressed.
Hey,
Mister,
shout out to Swift. Swift 718. Go ahead.
was he right here, Mister?
He said Mr. M disrespected Bud to his face on TV about losing enough money to for a house in Beverly Hills. You talking about Miami, but Beverly Hills. He said
Beverly Hills.
not cool in the pandemic. He said opposite of being a promoter. I believe all promoters can do a better job by exploiting social media more.
Well, I agree with everything he said to a certain extent.
Right.
Okay, Aaron shouldn't have said that. Number one. Okay, it was wrong. Okay.
Wrong.
But he was frustrated with Bud because Crawford wasn't attempting to promote himself. He wasn't doing ESPN appearances. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And he was frustrated. So it does go both ways. You're not looking Swift 718 with the $20. I'm impressed with the 20. I got to tell you, classy guy. So one of those things is that I'm going to give Aram a pass, not because he's Bob Aram, and not because I like him, because Terence was not doing the right thing and he was frustrated. But I'm not going to give Bob a pass for going public with it either. Okay. But there was reasons for it. Okay. As far as promoters using social media better, 1,000% correct. All of them, every one of them. Okay.
Yeah,
every one of them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, shout out to my brother Retro Boston, the documentaries. Yeah, absolutely. Because
I use social media as best as I can. And I'm a one-man bandstand. Okay, I'll be 65 years old in April. I realize how much social media means. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I've got an Instagram account that I don't do much with. Nothing really to do with boxing. I just do it. The pictures of myself, my wife. Freeway and I. There's a picture up, but not much. But mostly Twitter and Facebook, and it's really helped my business tremendously. I mean, it's gotten me untold amount of business, so I completely get it. Rick, any truth to Bud number pay-per-view 50? Come on, please stop. First of all, there's no way they got a figure that they're not going to put out a figure that low, and the figure is not going to be that low. The figure is actually going to be pretty good. Actually, don't forget the app is worldwide. So think about that for one moment. It's not limited to the United States like Showtime's app and these kind of these other companies' apps. So 15,000 is ridiculously low.
That's my first time hearing about it. I don't know who put that out, and I got an idea who probably did it. Shout out to Major Key Boxing in the building, man. Retro Boxing, the documentaries. Jaime Rivera, salute to you guys. I want to pivot a little bit, Rick, to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez had a fight this weekend. Now I know you felt that. I think I saw something on Twitter. You said that Teofimo actually won the fight. I haven't actually. I saw the first 5 rounds of the fight. I haven't finished watching the rest of it because the show was getting ready to start. But I'm gonna watch the rest of the fight. But I did see a highlight, and I have it in slow motion right here to my left. That Teofimo got dropped by a guy that's a non-puncher, but in the 8th round, and in the 2nd round. In the 8th round, he got dropped again by another check right hook. But the referee said,
"Okay, first of all, 100%." Okay, he got dropped the 2nd time too. Yeah. No question. Okay, the referee erred, but you can only count the score as it's how it's officially done, how it's officiated. So you can't say, "Oh, it was a knockdown. I deducted for it." No, you're not. You're not the referee. I thought that Teofimo won 95-94, 6-4 in rounds. He won, and I thought that the knockdown minus the point, so you come up with 95-94, which I think one of the judges had a 95-94 score, which I think was the proper score. Do I think that Martin could have got a decision? Of course he could have got it. It was very close. It was 1 point difference, and if they would have scored 1 round even or 1 round more. For 1 round more for standard, it would have been 5 in rounds plus the deduction. So yeah, he could have won the fight, absolutely. But I didn't think he did win. He was too defensive, okay, and he wasn't enough offense, and he moved around too much. There is such a thing where you look like you got the deer in the headlights look, and you're fleeing the scene.
Right.
That's what he looked like sometimes, guys. That's
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
way it is.
yeah. I think so. Do you think that if the judge, let's say that 8th round would have been declared a knockdown, how you would have scored it then? You would have scored it a draw, or how you would have scored the fight then?
No, I would have had what's his name winning. I would have had what's his name winning. Sander Martin. He would have won because if he would have scored the knockdown, it would have been another point, and it would have won another round. Yeah, it would probably been. He probably would have won. Yeah, by 1 point. Correct.
Do you know we seen two of the last three fights that Teofimo has had. He's gotten dropped, knocked down by fighters who really don't have any
He
punching
doesn't
power.
have a good chin. He's
Right.
off balance. He looks like a dog taking a piss on a fire hydrant,
Mhm.
and that's no good. And that's what you get when you're off balance.
Yeah, so
That's what you get.
yeah, he's in the chat they would say he's shinny. Well, it depends on who the fighter is. If it's Crawford, he's shinny. If it's Devin Haney, he's shinny.
He's shinny against a non-puncher and Sander Martin.
Yeah.
But it's more because of bad balance than it is with no chin. At the next level with the punchers, then he's shinny. Then he's shinny.
I was talking to Regis Prograis at the fight. Shout out to Regis Prograis. Shout out to Regis Prograis. Shout out to
fighter.
Mickey Bay. Shout out to Tevin Farmer, Adrien Broner. These are some really, really nice guys. Really nice
Mickey
guys.
Mickey Bay is a very, very, very classy guy. I have nothing but respect for Mickey Bay. Tevin Farmer, I like him, but he's got way too much Philadelphia in him. I as a person, forget about in the ring. And he leaves me a little cold at times, but I don't dislike him. But he's not a comparable to a Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay's a high class guy. He could be a maitre d' in a 5-star restaurant. Mickey Bay could be a concierge in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
I can see Mickey Bay, an executive, saying, "Hey, Mickey Bay, I like you. Here's $150,000 a year to go get my coffee," because he's a likable guy. He's classy. Okay, what's this guy say? Great show, coach. Salute, Rick. Hey, coach. Good to see you alive and well.
Shout out to Ismail.
Oh my God!
Damn, done with your boy. Hey, salute to you, fam. Yeah. Hey, I'm good. I'm good, baby boy. You can see I'm good. Hey, shout out to Mr. Gumbo. Dropping another half of hundo on your boy. He said salute,
what's
coach.
a half
I'm proud
half
of you, OG.
100? Wow.
Half 100, yeah.
Wow, very good. Congratulations. I love it.
Man, salute.
Coach is a good man. Hey, coach, you didn't catch 2 behind the ear?
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, I guess I did. You know, guess I did. I went to the I went to this after party after the fight. Crawford made an announcement in the ring. Hey, meet me at the after party. I forgot the name of the after party, man. Oh yeah, shout out to True Gritter 402, my brother from Omaha, Nebraska. True Grit, man, that brother there solid, man. That brother took me all around the city. We went through the neighborhoods. We went to the after party.
Hold on. You mean he wasn't a setup guy for your killer?
No. Not True Grit. No, he's True Grit. That's a solid dude. Good. I mean, really, bro. Like I have so much good things to say about that brother, man. But shout out to that brother there, man. And you know, he the one took me to the after party, and then I met Crawford and Shakur Stevenson was there too. He seemed like he was very standoffish. He did not want to talk to anybody. You know what I mean? So
I've been around him. He's not that way. I thought he was very nice, actually.
No, he's a nice guy. No, I'm saying he's a nice guy, but I'm saying at that after party, he didn't want to. It's like he didn't want to be there. It's like he really didn't want to be there. It's like he didn't want to be there. But and shout out to Crawford's entire family, his sister Letitia Crawford, his wife, kids, his nephew, Travion Crawford. Shout out to them as well. All of them were there, not the kids, but all of them were there. But as it relates to Teofimo Lopez, Teofimo, he asked the question where, you know, I think to someone in his entourage, he said, "Do I still got it? Do I still got it?" And he said that And then somebody said, yeah, man, you good, you okay. And he had a look on his face like he was questioning himself. It seems to me that Teofimo is having a confidence issues because he got dropped by Sandor Martin twice, but once was only counted. And then when he fought, George Kambosos not a puncher either. He caught Teofimo Lopez doing this, making some of the same mistakes in this fight that he made against George Kambosos.
I'm going to tell you what I put up on Twitter. He needs a real trainer. Real trainer.
But I heard his trainer. I heard his father was telling him some real good instructions though. But Teo wasn't listening.
Well, wait. Then he needs a trainer. The chemistry's not there.
You think
that's
so?
part about being a trainer. When your chemistry's not there, you need a trainer.
Shout out to Mr. Gumbo. He said, "Salute, coach. I'm proud of you, OG." Yeah, Mr. Gumbo, I appreciate that, fam. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support, brother.
Is Mr. Gumbo from Louisiana?
Yeah, I don't know where the brother from. He might be. Hey, shout out to Will.
Hey, okay.
Will said, he said, I can only hope that I am mentally consistent as you are at 65, Rick. Love to see you on the show. Big up, coach. Yeah, Will, salute to you, fam. Thank you so much, brother, for the support. I really appreciate that. Hold on. Shout out to Boston Gyms.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy. He said, F it. Let's keep the flowers rolling. Salute the coach and Rick. Hey, Boston Gym, salute, man. Let me give everybody let me hit everybody up one time.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Let's talk about Jared Anderson.
Okay, yeah. Jared Anderson. What do we have hope in the heavyweight division from America? American heavyweight? Do we have any hope? Because Deontay Wilder's 37, so he only have a couple of more fights left in him. And after Deontay Wilder, we have Trevor Bryan. And we got Trevor Bryan, Trevor the Dream Bryant. And then we got oh my God, Trevor Bryan. Oh, what you think about Trevor Bryan? We're gonna go to Jared Anderson, but just quite quick, what you think about him?
He showed what he was against Daniel Dubois. He didn't throw a power punch in 4 rounds. If he did, he didn't land, and then he got destroyed with 1 punch. I mean, he is what he is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. But back to Jared Anderson. What you got a lot of praise for this, brother. What say you about him? What is it that you like about him?
Fight his ass off. I saw a lot of Riddick Bowe in him. I saw a lot of Ali in him. He's got fast hands, fast feet. He's nimble. He's big and strong. He can fight on the inside or the outside. He's powerful. But is he powerful? He's got fast hands. He threw a lot of punches. Did he get caught? Yeah, he got caught. But you know what? I said the best fighter he can beat right now is Wilder, and he's not going to fight like that against Wilder. He'll fight very alert, very cautious, and he'll pick the Wilder apart. Wilder can't box, and he can't turn and pivot. He's 37. He's on the downside. He was just softened up by Fury. 2 knockouts in a row. Don't go by Helenius. Helenius was a stand-up, right in front of you, stand-up European. He didn't show anything. And I think that Wilder's punch resistance is down now, not because I saw it, just because those 2 beatdowns from Fury. And I think that Jared Anderson would beat Wilder right now.
So you're of the belief that that Wilder's punch resistance is gone because of the 2 knockout losses to Tyson.
I didn't say it was gone. I don't think it's there like it was. There's no way you can suffer beatdowns like that back to back and have your same punch. Remember, Helenius never touched him.
Yeah, Robert.
Helenius is a joke.
Robert Helenius came. I was just watching that. He came in there like this. He came in there like this. Wow. Oh my God. Wilder caught him coming in. Boom. He caught him coming in. Boom. And he got out of the way. I'm like, bro, you walked right into that. Literally. Shout out to Fotex. He said Jared ain't ready for Windmill Wilder. Okay.
Yeah, that's your opinion. It's styles, and he's got the style to beat him. He's got fast feet, and he's smart. And I think he beats him.
Shout out to Boston Gym.
Hey, okay.
He said Anderson came out like T.O. did versus Kambosos. Luckily, it worked out for him. He said, I agree that he should be able to switch it up as comp goes up. Yeah, the thing is, Boston Gyms, we don't have a lot of competition in the heavyweight division. Like, we got Oda Wallin, Dillian White. I'm not impressed with Dillian White at all.
Dillian White, you talk about a guy in the back nine. What's his name would blow him out right now?
Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Joshua's clearly not the same. He's looking for another trainer, so Joshua's is pretty much not the same. He gone mentally. So you and I like Joshua a lot, but he's looking for another trainer. I'm like, man, goddamn, man. But anyways, so yeah, there's really not Dubois. What you think about Daniel Dubois as well? What you think about Daniel Dubois and Jared Anderson fighting each other? How about that?
Total mismatch right now.
Mismatch for who?
Oh, for what's his name would blow him out. Anderson's way too fast for him, and Dubois looks like he's damaged goods. Sadly to say, but he looks right. But people don't understand. The only people right now that would beat Anderson right now is Fury, Usyk, and Joe Joyce. Okay, Joe Joyce, because he's durable, strong, can take a punch, and what he lacks in speed, he makes up with that powerful thudding jab. And he's a powerful guy, and he's got a high ring IQ. So those are the only guys that I would say would certainly beat Anderson at this moment. 2 years from now, a year and a half to 2 years from now, more than likely Anderson's going to be able to beat what's his name there? I just said it.
Joe Joyce?
Joe Joyce, yeah.
Man, the Juggernaut, man, that dude right there. Well, he's slow. The Juggernaut is slow, but he just keep. See, this is the thing, right? So when do you feel Jared Anderson is what, 12-0? Somewhere up in there? I think
he's 13-0 with 13 knockouts now.
Okay, 13-0 and 13 knockouts. At what point do you think, because Bob Arum is moving them along, at what point do you think Bob Arum will put Jared Anderson in there with maybe a top 10 guy or something of that sort?
I think we're there now. I think maybe one more guy, and then a top 15 guy.
Okay.
Top 10 guys cost a lot of money. Top 15 guys cost a lot less.
Okay, so shout out to Mr. Boom.
Okay.
Dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy, man. He said Jared Anderson versus Forrest was rock'em sock'em robots, no science at all. He said Anderson is food for the top heavyweights if he doesn't change.
No, that's the way I disagree. He's right on the first half. He knew they couldn't get hurt. He knew what this guy was all about, and he walked in guns a-blazing. If he fights a Wilder, he fights a Joe Joyce, those type of guys, he would box his ass off, and he would be alert that danger's lurking at any moment. He wasn't worried that danger was lurking, so he fought that way. Styles, everybody, they don't get it.
So
the mind state of a fighter is very important. That mental capacity of a fighter and his state of mind on what he's fighting is very important. And that's what it's all about. And that's why he fought like he did. You think he's going to fight like that with Wilder? Come on, guys. People got to smarten up.
I think at this stage of Wilder's career, he's not going to fight Jared Anderson. He's
not going to. But I'm just saying to you, the best guy he could beat right now would be him.
Right. So how do you see? What do you think we're going to see the Tyson Fury Alexander Usyk undisputed match maybe next year?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen as quick as they think it is. I think it's going to happen after Ramadan and not before, because it's going to happen in the Middle East, and Ramadan it's what it's all about over there is religion.
Okay. So that's a good thing. We can get that fight. I think that's the next biggest money fight that can be made in boxing. Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's personality is going to sell the fight. Alexander Usyk, he don't really speak in English, so. But Tyson Fury's personality goes, you pumped up middleweight. There's no way you can beat me. You know what I mean? You're too small. You bit off more than you can chew. Little man. Hey, Tyson Fury gonna call him every name under the book.
Put it this way to you, Usyk's not a little man. But next to Fury, he's a little man.
Yeah. I know he's not, but I'm just saying that Fury gonna call him every name in the book. I could drink a pint of, I could drink a whole keg of Shandy's and come out and beat you tomorrow morning. Tyson Fury gonna sell his fight. I know he's gonna sell the fight. So
he's the best. He's the best. He can sell. That guy's the best talker since Ali.
No. Listen, I'm gonna tell you another guy. Tyson Fury. I missed the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder press conferences because Deontay Wilder was so he was serious, but it was so funny the way he was talking trash to Tyson Fury, and then the way Tyson Fury was talking trash to Deontay Wilder, I was like, man, Tyson Fury and Wilder press conferences in the second match, not the third match, because the third match, Wilder didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. The first fight, the press conference was good, but the second fight, that's when Wilder came out with the famous. To this day, he said in Radio Raheem. Remember that? To this day, he said Wilder said that, and I was like, man, oh man. And so I like to hear when Wilder talk trash too, because I like trash talking, so I like to hear when Wilder talk trash. Devin Haney in the lightweight division. Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko. Do you see that fight happening? It looks like it's trending that way.
Yeah, I think that's a next natural step for Haney, and Loma might win or lose, but he won't get hurt. Yeah. So there's your answer.
Okay, and after that, so Bob, it seemed like the lightweight division is stacked. Top Rank it seemed like they have pretty much all of the fighters in the lightweight division, outside of maybe Frank Martin, Michelle Rivera, and Tank Davis. But it's like they, the Golden Boy has Ryan Garcia, but he's kind of like at 140. So
they got Williams Zepeda at 35.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. Williams Zepeda, Williams Zepeda is another guy. So, and then they got Pitbull Cruz over there at Top Rank. I mean, not Top Rank, but PBC. So there's a lot of talent. It seems like that certain fights won't get made. Explain this to me, Rick. Explain this to me. This what I want to ask you. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Both guys on different sides of the street. Tyson Fury. Now I want you to explain this to me. Tyson Fury was with Top Rank, right? Terence Crawford was with Top Rank. Hold on. Well,
yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay, yes and no. Okay.
So the first time that they fought, there was a rematch. There was a rematch clause. Tyson Fury and what's his name? Aaron was not involved. It was only Frank Warren.
The first one, yeah.
Frank Warren went to Aaron after the fact and said, hey, I need reinforcements here. I need to, the additional revenues and and we can make this guy huge on both sides of the thing. And then Aaron jumped in. So Heyman walked into a firestorm by doing this because he didn't realize that Frank Warren was going to go give half the fighter to get protected and to grow bigger in the United States to Bob Arum. And he did it to act in the best interest of the fighter, which some promoters will do and some promoters won't do. And he did. So that's why Arum was involved. He wasn't involved from the beginning when the first fight was made. Frank Warren brought him in. That's the difference.
Okay.
Now, if Heyman would have known Bob Arum would have been involved, he would have never done the deal.
Okay. All right. So that's the question I was going to ask, but you kind of answered it because I was like, man, you know what? Shit, if Tyson Fury was with Top Rank and they made that deal happen with Deontay Wilder, why is it so different when Crawford was with Top Rank? They couldn't make a deal with Spence. Why it had to be he's on the wrong side of the street? Got to leave promoter.
Arum got outsmarted by Frank Warren and Bob Arum. That's why.
Okay, you talking about you say who got outsmarted?
Heyman.
Oh yeah.
Because he didn't know Frank Warren would ever go to Bob Arum and become partners.
But this is the thing though. After the first fight, once he found out that Tyson Fury is affiliated with Bob Arum, he did. Why did they still make that fight?
It was all contractual.
It was all contractual.
All three fights were contractual. Yep. From the original fight. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I didn't see. You just educated me on that. I didn't know that. Hey, we're going live for the New Way fight in the morning. I'm waking up in the morning. New Way is fighting Paul Butler in the morning. For Undisputed, and we're going live for that fight in the morning. So I'll be up at like 5:30 in the morning. Hold on, guys. Let me get to the super chats. Okay, now let's rock 'em, sock 'em. Well, yeah. So how do you see the rest of the? Shout out to Swab Boxing.
Hey, okay.
He said salute Coach and Rick from Dubai. Yeah, you in Dubai? Okay. You say Dawa. Yes, sir. So shout out to Swab. How do you see the rest of the landscape going in the 135? Tank Davis is fighting Ryan Garcia. It looks like that fight is going down in April. Tank says he wants to fight the rest of the other lightweights. Do you see Shakur and Tank Davis ever fighting each other in the 135? Do you ever see that?
Heyman's not going to allow that.
Yeah, I
No way, no how. Unless he leaves Heyman.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think any of that's going to happen as well. How do you what say you about the Tank and Ryan Garcia? How did that fight materialize? Even though that Ryan Garcia is with Golden Boy, how do you think? How did that materialize?
Have you seen him in the ring yet?
To my Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him in the ring. Yeah.
No, have you seen the ring together?
Oh no, I haven't seen either one of them in the ring together. I
They
heard
both
I
have
heard the contract's
interim
not
fights.
signed.
What's his name's got a trial coming up. That's as far fetched as pigs fly right now.
So what say you? You don't think the fight is going to happen?
It may, but let's have the bell go off. Let's have them do a weigh-in first.
Yeah, you're right. You especially in today's time in boxing, you really can't get excited or get the Holy Ghost about certain news that you hear because you understand the politics that goes on a consistent basis. From certain companies. I just say that in a nice way. From certain companies. So I hope like hell that Ryan Garcia can land that fight. That'll be a legacy fight for him. If Tank Davis can land that fight, that'll be a legacy fight for him as well. Both, the game needs it. Both fighters are. Tank is 28 years old, so he's pushing 30. Ryan Garcia is 24. So both guys can make a boatload of money. In your opinion, is that fight bigger than Crawford and Spence?
Could be on pay-per-view, yes. Absolutely, yes. Has the potential to be.
And why is that?
What's his name's got 9 million Instagram followers and growing. Ryan Garcia, they're both popular. They have one guy's got 2 followings. They both got 2 followings. One's got an urban following and the and diehard boxing fans, and the other has general sport. Ryan got general sporting fans and Instagram followers. Can't beat that. You're hitting on a lot of demographics there between the 2 fighters.
And you just said I asked you the question that I already knew the answer to, but you just said everything that I've been saying on this show. I said that Crawford. I said that Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fight will be bigger than Crawford and Spence. I said because Crawford and Spence fan base is pretty much.
If you keep talking like this, you won't need me on your show. I'll be very upset.
Hey, no, I'm saying I said Tank Davis has the hood. He has the urban market. He has the pimps, the pushers, the hustlers, the drug dealers, the prostitutes, the gangbangers. That's his fan base, and they rep and ride for him anywhere he goes. Ryan Garcia has more of the pop market. You know what I mean? He's in commercials. He reminds me of Golden Boy a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying from a marketability standpoint, the face.
Let me run this by you. Yeah. Ryan Garcia is more of a NASCAR driver than a boxer. Do I need to say any more?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Martin Ash. He has that look. He got the baby face. You know what I mean?
Ryan and Tank. Well, they're not in the ring yet. And for $1.99, I don't even know if I should answer this question. But anyways, on a serious note, I like Tank. I like Ryan Garcia because he's punching down at a guy that's approximately 5.5 inches shorter and got a lot shorter arms. Yeah. And he's very fast. And you know what? I like his possibilities in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen in boxing. Everyone that I've spoken to have kind of like counting Ryan Garcia out, including myself. So I am guilty of that. I just feel that Tank Davis will eventually stop him to the body. I think he'll stop him to the body, or if he can time Ryan Garcia coming in with that leaping with that check with that check left hook, or if he leaps with the left hook, you know what I mean? He make you get caught time coming in. But then I thought about it. I say, you know what? Goosen is a damn good trainer. Maybe, again, I don't want to get all hyped up about a fight that's really not official yet. But you can make an argument for why both men can win. So we'll just see. I just want to see the good fights. If that fight is made, I will be in Vegas. Will you be at the fight? Will you be at the fight?
Probably not. No.
You don't bet to $1 million fights, huh? So 140-pound division. Let's pivot there. Regis Prograis, what do you think about him?
Great. Love him. Got high ring IQ, fast, slick, smart, powerful, great chin. Nothing negative about Regis Prograis. except he doesn't know when there's insufficient funds and a check's and the check's base got a hold on a check. Or the bank was confused, one of the two.
Yeah, he got his
As
money.
far as a
He got his
fighter
money.
goes, I love the guy. I think he's great personality. There's nothing negative to say about Regis Prograis. He's everything you'd want in a fighter, as a promoter and as a manager and as a trainer, because he trains hard.
He's with he has a pretty much he's with Probellum. Probellum. He's with Probellum, yeah, because I asked him the question. Yeah, he's with Probellum. So how do you see the future of Probellum?
Big things are happening right now for Probellum. I can't talk about it. It's basically they're a client of mine. They treat me very well, but I will say that things are really looking up for Probellum.
Okay. What do you think about Regis Prograis and Teofimo Lopez? Who do you favor in that fight?
Oh my God, what a gross mismatch. The guy with great balance, a guy with no balance, a guy with high rig IQ and no rig IQ. Oh my God, please. Guy with punching power, a big strong guy with balance. Oh my God, please. Oh.
Yeah, man.
The shooting gallery.
Yeah, I mean,
it may be close to Gaddy, Mayweather, Floyd and Gaddy. How's that?
Well, stylistically, from a stylistic standpoint, no. But I don't give Teofimo Lopez a chance against Regis Prograis. It's just levels.
No prayer. Zero.
You're getting dropped by George Kambosos and Sandor Martin, two guys who can't punch at all. They got a very, very low knockout ratio. What in the hell would happen when you get in there with Regis Prograis?
You're so spot on. It's a gross mismatch. It's complete playage. I don't see Top Rank ever making that fight.
Well, hold on. Teofimo said he want to smoke with Regis though, and he said he want to fight Josh Taylor.
Yeah. Okay. Josh Taylor's going to 140 after the winning call fight.
You mean 147? 147. Yeah.
147. Yeah. What's his name? I mean, Prograis can lift his leg and shit on the guy. Please.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the Teofimo fan, they're gonna be at you, boy. Oh, you better. Oh, God, no. F Rick Glaser, F him. He's sitting there talking bad about. You gonna get it now. You damn sure gonna get it. No Teofimo fan. Hey. What's your Twitter handle? The real Rick Glaser at real Rick Glaser 1.
At real Rick Glaser 1.
Yeah. Y'all send all your threats. Teofimo fans, send all your threats to Rick Glaser at real Rick Glaser 1 on Twitter. That's where he'll be at. True. I ain't saying I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? I ain't saying.
Listen, Crawford got me the Rolex. Crawford got me the Rolex. If Prograis a Teofimo fight, I'll have the platinum one with double diamonds.
Hey, shout out to my sister Carmen Serene. Salute, sis. Shout out to Carmen Serene. Yeah, man. Hey, look here, man. You can't be hating on. Hey, look here, man. You can't. Hey, let me tell you something. Rick.
We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
We motivate the greats. We motivate the greats over here, Rick. You know, T Diddy. You know what I mean? I call Teofimo Jr. I call him Diddy Bop. T Diddy Bop. You know what, man? It seemed like from a psychological standpoint, and I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever you want to call it, but it just seemed like he's not there. Something happened to him. It was like after he beat Lomachenko, they went on a world tour with Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, J. Balvin, and Lumumba. They went on a world tour, him and his father. They went all around the world. And then somebody that was a 13-1 underdog by the name of George Kambosos, I called him Killer Cam. Killer Cam came from Australia came from Australia and put them paws on him in New York, and it's like he hasn't been the same. What say you about that? You think something is like mentally T.O. is not there anymore, or what?
I think it's a combination of many, many things. I think it's a combination of that. I think a combination he needs a real trainer. I think his balance is bad. I think he's got a low ring IQ. And I think it's a combination of all these things. I think it's things we didn't see at 135 because he was stronger than everybody else. But when he's not stronger than everybody else, you could see all the shortcomings. It was easier to see. That's all.
It's
simple.
It's like he doesn't throw jabs anymore. Let me get shout out to Crown Jewel, Boxing TV.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Hey, okay.
He said, well, shout out to you for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy, fam. He said more money in Fury and Wilder. So it was enough for everyone to get their slice. He's saying that's why that fight was made. I guess is what he's saying. But
Heyman thought it was a cherry pick. It was a cherry pick because he saw Fury's last 2 fights, and it was a cherry pick gone wrong. Stop, please.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It had nothing to do with that. But listen, Tyson Fury was 700 pounds. They say he was. Hey, do you remember this? Hold on. Rick, check this out. Check this out. I remember this like it was yesterday. And when you see this, you're gonna remember it too, because I said the same thing. I said, man, Tyson Fury was a cherry pick that went wrong. Tyson Fury was coming out of retirement. He fought, he fought two nobodies, and I figured they probably said, well, hey, look, we can get Tyson Fury. He fought Vladimir Klitschko, and if we beat Tyson Fury, then we can say, yeah, man, we would have beat Vladimir Klitschko too. So we're gonna beat the man who beat the man, knock him out. He fat and out of shape, yada 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 yada, and we're gonna get him. Because they found out the first fight was a draw, and then the second fight he still got steamrolled. Then he got knocked out. Mark Breeden got fired for saving his life, and then in the third fight he got put to sleep. So I think that Wilder's pride wanted him to keep fighting Fury. You know what I mean? But you're right. I think it was a cherry pick that went wrong. They fucked up with that one. And what's the record between PBC and Top Rank again fighters? Rick, what's the record again? Rick. Oh, it's camera froze. Rick, you gotta come back on. You gotta come back on. Hey, but y'all remember this though?
Don't ever forget. When I found you, you was strung out on coke. When I found you, you was like a big house, contemplating about killing yourself. So don't you ever forget who brought you to big time boxing. I drugged you back. I brought you back. I provided food and put food on your table for your family to eat. And I'm doing it for the second time. So don't you ever forget that.
So you remember that, Rick? Don't you ever forget, who brought you to big time boxing. I brought you back. I made you who you are. You know what I mean? I'm the one
should have said, I brought you back. I brought you back so it gets a beat down.
Hey, look here, man. Let me talk about, hey, man. Look at the Bomb Squad, man. Yes, sir, man. Look here, man. Hey, he said, I brought you back. Who brought you back to big time boxing? You know the thing that got me with that was, to this day, man. Like Mark, do you know anything about Mark Breeden having a job in boxing?
I'm sorry?
Mark Breeden. We haven't heard anything from Mark Breeden since Deontay Wilder fought him for saving his life.
He's my age. He's about 64 now, probably, and I think he's probably semi-retired, I would guess.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I felt bad for him. I heard he was receiving death threats too. The same group of people. It's same group of people who threaten me, threaten him. That's all they do, go around threatening. Nigga, I'm gonna pull up. Shut up. I got an AK. Rick, hold on, Rick. Stay right there. Stay right there, Rick. I'm finna shoot you right now. Anyways, man. So 140. You don't think that Teofimo Lopez? What do you think Teofimo go from here though? Like, what do you think he go from here?
I don't know. I don't know who he can beat, and I don't know what Top Rank's plans. If I was him and Arnold Barboza is a great fight. I think Arnold's got a great shot to beat him. To be honest with you, Arnold's real strong, and Arnold throws a lot of punches, and he can punch. Maybe him and Arnold Barboza is another Top Rank fighter. That's a possibility. But there's no way Top Rank fights Prograis unless Prograis is with them.
So. What was the record? What's the record so far with the PBC fighters in Top Rank?
4-19.
4-19.
Aram is 19-4, or 19 wins and 4 losses.
As it relate to what we was talking about in the 135-pound division, Shakur Stevenson is there, Tank Davis is there, You know, if we do see that Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight,
I think Eddie Hearn's won like one fight against the top ranked fighters over the years. One fight. They won another one the other night. Luis Alberto Lopez was a mandatory for Josh Warrington, went over to England and took his title. So Eddie's like 1-9 against top rank.
Yeah. So shout out my sister Nick. Nick, what's going on, sis? What's going on, Nick? I see, me personally, I'm being honest with you. Again, I don't want nobody getting upset with me for my opinion. But I just think highly of this fighter, Tank Davis. I think that some just telling me I think he'll ice. Not gonna say ice, but because you know sometimes when you fighting when the best fighting the best, it doesn't always turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. If Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis goes to a 12-round decision, who would you favor to beat that? Do you think?
Well, I would say if it went to a 12-rounder and there was no and nobody was on the deck, you'd have to favor Ryan.
Yeah, because of his reach,
jab. Yeah. Tank doesn't use a jab. Tank's a swing and a miss guy. If he lands, he can knock you dead. But
yeah, that's what he is.
Listen, it's 4:30. I got to roll.
Okay, all right, Rick. Hey, shut up.
And I'm sorry about that, but I got a social commitment to my lovely wife tonight. I'm not showered. And I'm ready to go, and especially with the new rollie on. Thank you, Terence Crawford.
All right, shout out, Rick, man. Salute, pal.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I wanted to ask him about Tank. I got Tank myself. Be honest with you guys, I got Tank. For some reason, I keep saying stopping him to the body. If the fight go 12 rounds, I don't see. If the fight go 12 rounds, I don't see Tank outboxing Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. Tank pretty much has to get his guys out of there. I don't see him outboxing Ryan Garcia, especially if Ryan Garcia start pumping his jab. So it just, in my opinion, based on styles, if Tank can feint to get in there, get around Ryan Garcia's jab, go to the body, I think that's how that's how we can win that fight. But outboxing Ryan Garcia, nah, I don't see that. Shout out to Knockdown 305. What did he say, fam? He say, what'd you say? Your boy roll in the sky? Oh, you talking about, you say throw your roll in the sky. Yeah, throw your roll in the sky like B.I.G. He throwing his Rolex around. Yeah, I just got my new rollie. Yeah, I got my new rollie, baby. Well, he got him a new rollie. Rick, 65 years old, flashing his rollie like he a rapper. Shout out to Edwin.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636. Hold on. As a matter of fact, let's do this because I want to know what you guys think about this. Hold on. Before I do that, let's do this. Before I do that, let's do this. Hold on. This is Fight Hub. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go to Fight Hub. Let me go to my Twitter account right quick, guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. Now, again, a lot of people believe in throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I get it. I understand. When there are people who don't, when you don't like a guy, a lot of people, if they say something that you don't like, you look at it as though, oh man, well, if they say something that's truthful, you'll deny the truth because you don't like the guy. It's like, you hate the truth because you don't like the messenger from which it came from. I'm gonna tell you like my grandfather told me. There was somebody that told me something that was the God's honest truth. It was real, but I didn't like the guy. I was young and immature. So I was like, man, after that stuff he was talking about, I didn't want to hear it. He didn't know what he was talking about. I was questioning everything he said. And I brought it to my granddaddy, right? My grandfather's name Kareem. He passed away. But Kareem was like, he said, brother. He say, brother, F the messenger, did you get the message? Because I said, man, I was going off like, man, this dude over here, man, I don't even like this dude. And he knew I didn't like him. And we didn't like him. Right? My grandfather didn't like him too much either, but he was a very, very, very wise man. He said, brother, F the message, F the messenger, did you get the message? He say, brother, he say when Allah, this is how he used to talk. He said, brother, when Allah bring you something, he bring it in many different forms. It may come from somebody who you love or like. It may come from somebody who you hate or don't like. But listen, brother, you bear witness to the truth, regardless of who or where it comes from. So, and that's kind of like how I think right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's kind of like how I see things. What you say? You say Wilder apparently just sits all day. We say all day replaying the 12 till he got KO'd. Yeah, that third fight. Let's listen to what Teofimo had to say. Hold on, guys. Let's listen to what Teofimo have to say, because I'm kind of like, you know, for me, I'm just being honest with you guys. For me, I don't, Teofimo Lopez just seems like he's not all there. And I'm going to drop the phone lines. I really want to hear what some of you guys have to say about that. It seemed like he's, you know, I know people are saying he's going through something with, you know, with his wife, going through a divorce, but everybody go through problems. It's Teofimo Lopez right here. Oh, that's copyrighted music. Okay. He said, yo, Teo asked, do he still have it? And I just didn't like the look. I didn't like the look on his face when he said it. Shout out to my brother, man, Major Key. He said throw the baby out with the bathwater. He said, what kind of country ass shit is that, coach? Nah, that's what you know. That is the saying. You know, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Sometimes when people don't like the bathwater, they throw it, and the baby's in it, they throw the baby out with it. What that means is you know, sometimes when you don't like the truth from which is coming from, you'll disregard. It could be something that's good for you, but because the person who brought the message, because you don't like the person who brought the message, you'll disregard all of that. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Man, look here, Major Key. Let's say you don't like me, right? Major Key, look here, man. As soon as you walk through that door, there are 15 poisonous rattlesnakes in that door. And there are some nails on the floor that's sticking up out of the ground. And the nails were made with vibranium. As soon as you walk in that room, the nails are going to pierce through your shoes, pierce through your feet. You're going to be jumping up and down, squinting in pain. And the 15 rattlesnakes are going to attack you and bite you, and you're going to die within 15 seconds of being bit. Because you don't like me, I'm telling you some real shit. Because you don't like me, you're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. True. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. You're going to walk through that door anyways. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Shout out to Dr. Dr. Paul. What did you say? You say Josh is moving up after Catterall. Yeah. I've been hearing that. Because I think, you know, knock down 305, what did he say? Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Yeah, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Hitting everybody on the head. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, fam. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? He said, I still don't get it. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Basically is, you know, if you receive a warning about something, if you ignore the warning because you don't like the person which the warnings come from, and the warning is something that's going to be beneficial to your health or your livelihood, that's what that means. You just ignore it because you don't like who the message is, who it comes from. You know, a hint to the wise is sufficient. That's all I'm saying. If you still don't get it, fam, just keep living life. Just keep living life, and then as you get older, Demar, you'll figure it out. Just keep living life, fam. Hold on, let me see what's up. And what it said, Magic Key, say, damn, never heard of that one, brother. Yeah, that's an old saying, fam. Yeah, you want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's old. That's been around since Jesus. hey, Magic Key, that's been around since Jesus. But hold on, I want you to hear this. AB about billions. I want to see what Teofimo, man. In my opinion, dog, he need to stay the hell away from. He won't get that fight with Regis Prograis, anyways. But stay the hell away from Regis Prograis. Stay the hell away from anybody, any top guys. In my opinion, I don't think he's ready. In my opinion, because if Teofimo is getting knocked down by non-punchers, and we do know that styles make fights, but I saw the first 5 rounds. Right now. I got to watch the rest of it. But I saw him lunging in, not really jabbing. And he was doing some of the same things he was doing against George Kambosos. And I'm like, dude, Teo used to jab his way in, stab to the body, stuff like that. And, you know, he was very athletic and quick and explosive. But I just think that for me, when he was in the ring and he asked that question, hey, yo, do I still got it? Like, you know, and he had a perplexed look on his face. It's as though he was very confused, you know. And so I'm like, man, something is not right with him here. Now, whether he's right or not, I still don't think he'd run through the become undisputed at 140. Not with Regis Prograis. That's just my opinion. I would love to see that fight. I don't believe in babysitting fighters. If this guy is who we say he is, they need to fight each other. I don't have no problem with that at all. But as Rick Glaser say that, you know, he say that he don't think Bob ever make that fight anyways. And I just think from a matchup standpoint, nah. Now, I'm just saying for me. Hey, shout out to Sporting Icons. Sporting Icons, what's going on, fam? Salute the Sporting Icons in the building, man. So what's going on, bro? What's going on? What's going on? He said, yo, that name. Oh, okay. Shout out to Rockmon, man. He said any boxer that move going to give him a problem at this stage until he improves a bunch. I mean, I just think that he needs to work more behind his jab as well. He needs to work more behind his jab as well. And he was timing Teofimo Lopez when he was lunging in there with that check right hook. He was checking him. So he did get knocked down in the 8th round. They didn't score it. So he was moving around a lot. That is true. He was moving around a lot. So I got to look at the rest of the fight because I can't really say, we know Teofimo won, but I can't really say, it was a robbery or what, because I didn't see the rest of the fight. So I'm kind of at a disadvantage. I'm kind of like at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? I can't make any decisions right now and say, yeah, man, he won the fight. The other dude got robbed. I can't say that because I didn't see the rest of the fight. So when the show's over with, I will watch the rest of the fight and we'll go from there. Shout out to Double Up. What did you say, fam? You say Tank had a few bruises to the head. Yeah. I mean, but that happens in sparring though. See, Double Up. This is what I'm saying, fam. That happens in sparring. In sparring, fam, like Tank had a little bruises to the head. He had I think he had a little black eye. Hey, we need to get lights up. We need 46 more lights. We need 46 more lights. Yeah, I mean, you get touched up in sparring. That happens in sparring. It depends on what you're working on. It depends on who you're sparring. He might be sparring bigger dudes. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Jake from Rochester.
Hold on, fam. Oh, dang. Sorry about that. I thought I had you on the roadcast. Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from again?
Jake from Rochester.
Jake from Rochester. Talk to me, fam.
Just called in to say, Coach, I'm glad you're safe. You didn't get shot by some knuckleheads that called in threatening you.
Yeah.
Good to see you're alive, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm breathing, man. Breathing God's good air. Talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about as it relates to Teofimo? What do you think about him? You think he what's your observation of him?
I mean, I don't really know what to make of him because he could have been this flawed all along. I mean, it was just disguised with matchmaking and things like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like his personal life is such in turmoil that it's actually affecting his in the ring performance. I mean, it's hard to really tell, but I don't really see a bright future for him at 140. Again, I mean, there's a lot of good fighters there. I think Josh Taylor would beat him up. But to be honest, I think Regis Prograis would beat him. I don't really see him having a prosperous run at 140 pounds.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like Teo. I liked him a lot at 135. He was my favorite fight at 135 when he was there. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I see a lot of defensive flaws. The lunging in, getting timed, getting knocked down by non-punchers, like getting dropped. Even if they're flash knockdowns, but he's getting timed coming in. Not, you know what I mean? It's like he has these defensive lapses. And I think what it is, it seems as though when he's fighting someone who he feels that he's more superior than, that's when a lot of his flaws show. Because this guy ain't nobody. He's not a big puncher. The matchmaking, he's not a big puncher. Yeah, I'm gonna just run through this guy. You know what I mean? So you can tell the way he's fighting when he's fight these guys who are really not big punchers, like a George Kelbosos and stuff like that. It's like he forgets that you still have to box. You still have to work to get your way in there. Yeah, you're going to land some good shots every now and then, but you can't have those lapses to where you forget, hey, you got to work behind the stick. You get what I'm saying? So that's the way I see it. I'm going to let you wrap up, Jake. Anything else you want to say, brother?
Yeah. Do you think he's the type of fighter that fights to the level of his opponent?
Man, I mean, you can, yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying about. That's what I was saying about. He's been in the ring with someone who doesn't have any punching power, so he abandons everything else. The only problem with that is this: when you fighting someone, let's say the level of your opponent, let's say you feel that guy is of a lesser quality than Teofimo Lopez, he got to get that guy out of there. Certain fighters, like a Tank Davis, when he fight fighters of that caliber, that Teofimo fight, he gets them out of there. They don't go 12 rounds a Tank. Terence Crawford, shit, he don't knock 10, he on a 10-11 knockout streak. You know, he stopped everywhere, welterweight he don't fought. And people say, oh man, when the dude he fought wasn't on his level. I say that's my case in point. Well, that's why you got to knock those guys out. You got to knock those guys out. You get what I'm saying? So you got to stop them. Errol Spence, he stopped, you know, well, he didn't stop Mikey Garcia, but you know, he stopped Ocampo. He didn't stop Ocampo. So you get what I'm saying? When you're fighting those type guys and you're of that caliber, you have to stop. You gotta stop those guys. They shouldn't be going 12 rounds with you. But shout out to Jake from Rochester, man. Salute to you, fam. Thank you for calling. Yeah, they shouldn't be going 12 rounds with you. So, me personally, I just think there's something mentally going on with Teofimo. And again, everybody has problems. Hey, shout out to Jamie. What you say, fam? You say, Coach, I had Sandor winning. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me that. A lot of people are telling me that. A lot of people are telling me that. You get what I'm saying? Hold on, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? This Jay from Tampa.
Shout out to Jay from Tampa. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, man. Just want to say I appreciated the footage you uploaded. What you know, the pictures and everything from the fight.
Yes, sir.
That you went through Saturday. Shout out to Terence. And as far as Teo, man, I think Teo washed. He done. He definitely, old boy definitely got robbed. And I think any of them. You talking
about Sandor Martin? You think he got robbed?
Yes, I think Sandor Martin was definitely robbed. Yeah. And I do think that was a knockdown the second time.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
And yeah, I think Gary Antoine Russell, Regis, Catterall, Taylor, any of them dudes are washed field.
Yeah, you know what, Jay, does it seem like to you, does it seem like to you, fam, that Teofimo is kind of like he's abandoning a lot of the things that he probably was doing? Like if you look at the fight that he had with Lomachenko, it was as though he fought the perfect fight. He cut the angles off. He was jabbing to the body. He was jabbing to the body. He was doing all of those things. And it seemed like after that fight, when you saw the next fight with his mandatory George Kambosos, he abandoned that. And
yes, he did. I agree with you. Yep.
I don't understand, bro. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like he got a whole nother. I don't know, man. George Kambosos did a number on that boy because it's like he got a whole nother way of fighting now. He like timid, like he ain't fighting like the T.O. that got him to the point where he was doing all the flipping, the Heisman, posing and doing the little, you know, when he was doing his little dances and stuff. Like he lost a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Kambosos not the confidence out of him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if that's a South saying or not, but yeah, we definitely say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So
yeah.
I don't know where old boy from, but
that's
kind of self-explanatory.
hey, Jason.
But yeah, shout out to you, Coach. I don't want to hold up the line. I appreciate the call and everything, and keep doing your thing, man. I know 2023 gonna bring a lot of great blessings to you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Jay, man, from Tampa, man. Yeah, Tampa Bay, stand up in this bitch, man. Stand up in this bitch, man. Yeah, man. Tampa Bay, the Bay. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, man? It's Yamas from Brooklyn.
Yamas from Brooklyn, man. Talk to me, man. My brother, man. Talk to me. Yamas from Brooklyn. Talk to me.
And shit, I was there Saturday for the Theo fight.
Uh-huh.
Yo, first thing I want to say, yo, if you watch the telecast, I was in the building. Yo, the way they blocked that shit out to make it look like that shit was like decent crowd. Yo, that shit wasn't even a quarter full. When I bought the seats, they only had about 30-40% of that shit even up for sale. There wasn't nobody in it. They ain't had that. Wasn't that Hulu? That was in the big shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I know now. Yeah.
Because you know it's a Heisman weekend. I don't know what they thought that got to do with this, but that ain't worked out too good. I don't think they made no money that night. But yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'll make this clear. I bet Martin, right? Because I'm saying to myself, he's wrong for Tio. But I know him. He moves. He's built. Got good lateral movement. You know, he's crafty. Left southpaw. Yo, honestly, I thought he won that shit, man. Like, not even with that other knockdown, based on ring generalship and just like defensively, he controlled the whole fight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a gift. I thought they gave Tio a gift, man. Yo, and I want to add one thing. I'm gonna get off. Yo, I'm glad to see you out there at these fights that got you in the front, man. Like, cause I'm rooting for your channel, man. I'm rooting for the brand.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate
you know what
that,
I mean?
bro.
Yo, I encourage you go out to some events, man. Maybe we can link up one day, man. Cause you know this is the new channel on YouTube, man. Everybody looking for you, coach. Yo, peace and love, bro.
Hey, man, shout out to Yamas, man. I promise you I'll be at a lot of fights next year. Shout out to Yamas, man. Next year, boy, that's a big thing going down next year. Hey, shout out to Dantes.
Hey, okay.
My brother, man, my main man, Dantes. Salute to you, bro, for dropping that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Dante, what to say for me? Say, coach, how do you think the fight was playing out with Tio versus Russell? You talking about Gary Antoine Russell, by Russell being the impressive fighter? You know what? Dante, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Gary Antoine Russell makes a lot of mistakes. He rushes in head first, face first, a lot, but he gets away with it and he smothers you. Gary Antoine Russell fights like Sean Porter. He reminds me of Sean Porter. But how the fighter play out? I don't know, man. I mean, if Teofimo fight the way he fights now, I see Gary Antoine Russell beating him, to be honest with you. I'm calling, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, coach? It's Major Key, man. How you doing?
Major Key, what's going on, my brother? Talk to me.
Oh, chilling, bro. Hey, man, you had some good pictures, man. I'm glad to see you out there. You know what I'm saying? Freeway Rick Ross, Mickey Bay, all that, man. I'm proud of you, brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, Omaha, Nebraska showed me a lot of love too, bro. Like, just the locals. My brother, shout out to True Gritter 402. Like he really.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, shout out to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the same way I would treat you if you came to Orlando, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that, it's supposed to be love like that.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about it wasn't just him. It was his brother, just his other family, just then other people. Just I'm walking through the airport, people stopping me, wanting to take pictures, walking through the fight. Same thing. Like, man, I watched the show. Brother from shout out to Kareem, BLK Prime. Me and Rick Glaser was talking about him today. I didn't even know he watched the show. BLK Prime, he watched the show. I was like, damn. So you just never know. You just never know who's watching.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I want to touch on. Look, man, I feel like people are not really, really calling out for what it is. Teofimo, maybe I was just talking about this on my live yesterday. Maybe because of the fact that they were making fun of Ryan Garcia, they don't want to really talk about mental illness or mental health and stuff like that. But the dude got some work to do right now mentally. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely got some mental work to do, and they shouldn't take that lightly. Mental health is very important in life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going through it and you don't even know you're going through it. I've been around a lot of people. I've been in situations like when my grandmother died that I didn't even know that I was mad, negative, and detached from everybody until I realized that after I started like feeling better. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I can't believe that I was going through that, but a lot of people don't even know that they're going through it when they're going through it because they're so in their head, right? And so somebody needs to tell him. And maybe if he had a trainer, because at this point I feel like, look, maybe his dad could stay in the corner, you know what I'm saying? Because he's obviously the most loyal guy, but just because you're the most loyal guy doesn't mean that you're the most skilled guy to get him to break through and elevate. Because right now, I think he hit his ceiling. As far as his skills and talent, right? He needs somebody to elevate him.
You know what, man? I see that what you're saying. So, but this is the thing, though, right? Like, I hear what you're saying, but you're going to have people who won't disagree with you. They may feel like you're trying to break up the father-son bond that they have.
No. I'm gonna. If I could just respond to that, like, no, I know because I've already gotten that type of response already. Yesterday I was on multiple panels and people were taking it like, bro, just because you critique, this is what we're supposed to do. If we like, the fighter, which I like Teofimo Lopez, I want to see him succeed. But the thing is that sometimes people are blind. Love is blind. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, in the situation, you have the father thinking that he's, you know, doing everything for his best interest, but sometimes it's, you know, it's counterproductive. What he's doing by staying in the corner and not allowing somebody that has better training skills, he's actually not helping them. Mm. You know, like you could be there as a secondary trainer or whatever, just for motivational purposes, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, to make sure that, hey, you know, you look at him, you already know what he's like. So you can tell if he's like not, you know, and it's 100%, something's off. You can tell the trainer between rounds or something, you know, or when you're back in the corner while he's playing, you know, that type of shit. But the trainer himself is supposed to be giving you instructions on how to adapt to this fighter and to improve in that fight while the fight's going on.
Right.
And it doesn't seem like Lopez Sr. has those skills.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, damn, man. So, damn, man, I don't want to see. I don't want to see T Diddy replaced, but I ain't gonna lie, dog. You're right. If Teofimo gets another trainer, but I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna ride with his father to the wheels fall off. But Glenn, you've been watching boxing a long time, Major Key. We've seen this before. We've seen what Sugar Shane Mosley end up firing his father. We've seen what Roy Jones Jr. separated from his father, training wise. So we've seen father-son relationships and trainers, father-son trainer relationships. You know, sometimes the son had to fire on the father. So we have seen that before. So you think who do you think he should go with then to help get him right? Because he's clearly going through a lot. It seems like he doesn't have it together up here. That's what I'm noticing. I don't question Teofimo Lopez's physical traits. He's a hell of a fighter. But to me, it seemed like mentally he's not there. That's all I'm saying. Right.
And you see, in the middle of the fight, you see, what he should have been doing is using the feints like he did with Lomachenko. He wasn't using anything that he beat Lomachenko with. He wasn't using, you know, the feints and the catch and shoot and nothing like that. It was basically like, you know, he was just jumping in and getting countered. You know what I'm saying? And then he wasn't cutting off the ring. He wasn't doing anything right.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, props to Sandor, because Sandor is a slippery opponent as well. Don't get me twisted. Like, you know, he was a slippery opponent, but Teofimo has the skills and the athleticism to overcome that. But it wasn't able to be displayed because he wasn't mentally there. The instructions weren't clear in the corner of exactly what to do. And so all of these things compounded leads to a lackluster performance where we're like, damn, there's Teo, where he even doubts himself, where he goes to the corner and says, do I still got it? Yeah.
Hey, Major Key, you're right about that, man. And that's when you know you've been watching boxing a long time. When the fighter starts doubting himself, that's a big problem.
That's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign. Hey,
but with that being said, bro, I appreciate you again, bro. Yo, great shit, bro, over the weekend. I can't wait to see other stuff that you post, man. And I'll holler at you. Actually, I want to talk to you about all those things, man, because that shit look like you had a fun time. But yo, I'm going to open the phone lines up for everybody else, man. Yo, you have a great day.
Shout out to Major Key Boxing, man. Y'all please subscribe to my brother, man. Florida, stand up. Yeah, man. Let me get to some of the people in the chat, man. I shout out to Passion for Beauty. What did you say, sis? He said, Coach, I watched Crawford land that left in slow-mo landed flush. He said Bud's arms rattled. Can't lie. I was shocked after the fight continued with 2 busted gloves tripped me out. Yeah, 2 busted gloves tripped me out. They say it's glove gate. And so there's glove gate. So yeah, the commissioner didn't have the other set of gloves, so they had to tape them up, and he ended up stopping them though. He stopped them in that same round. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Fee on the Tube.
Fee on the Tube. Talk to me, sis.
My thing with Teo is sometimes in life, you know, everybody can't take a licking and keep on ticking. Some people don't get up and move forward as easily. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like maybe a Jamel Jacalo. Some people, when life happens, it could be in boxing, anything, in your craft, whatever. Sometimes you get knocked down and you don't get right back up. You lay there and waddle with it. You know what I'm saying? And it can mentally affect you. And I feel like with Teo, everybody say he's going through something mentally. I don't want to do that towards the brother. I want to send him grace because I know it's like to struggle with mental, you know what I'm saying? Just having a lot of mental things going on. But I feel like the loss is just he didn't take it well. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't. I think he took that loss pretty hard, and he has not been able to find his footing, like find his way. Looks like, you know what I'm saying? And so, I just want to send praises out to him. Y'all know how I am. More praise for the brother, because you know everybody, like I said, can't just get up and keep going. You know what I'm saying? I understand like the logic behind it with his father and all that. Maybe it's time for him to get a new training coach and everything. But you can get a new training coach if you want to. But it's mentally, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not over that loss, and he lost his way as far as his confidence in himself. That is something that has to be restored through his inner self. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that no trainer, you get the best trainer in the world, that's not something that can be given to him. That's something that he'll have to find for himself. So I say he needs to take care of himself mentally first, and maybe even go sit down with somebody and see what, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it seems like that loss really did something to him, because some people really take a loss really hard, and it looks like that's what happened with Teo, you know. But anyway, God bless. I ain't gonna hold up the line. That's all I wanted to just touch on that.
All right, shout out to Phil on the two. Duval County, stand up. Man, Florida representing today, man. Shit, we got Tampa call in, Orlando, Duval. Shit, New York been calling too. Rochester, Brooklyn. Okay, so we got Tampa, we got Florida, New York been calling, man. Florida, New York been calling, man. East Coast, baby. You know what I mean? It's a takeover, baby. You know, say shout out to T Diddy, man. Shout out to T Diddy.
We did it first. And we motivate even the greats. This is different. You understand? We have Jennifer Lopez, we have Maluma, we have J Balvin, we have so when I called him up, I was like, yo, what do you think? What do you think, Eddie? If we bring the belts together? And Eddie said, that shit is a good idea. I think the only person that can be Canelo right now is like maybe 4 years or 5 years from now, my son.
You know, like Triple G and Canelo and all these guys, they're bums, bro. They're bums.
But once Teofimo became undisputed, look how many champions we got that's undisputed now.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Frank? Hey, from Cali.
Oh, from Cali. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, it was a crazy fight, Teo versus Martin, but I think Martin won. I had to go back and watch it, because I think if it was close, I can understand how they gave it to Teo. But now going back and watching it and hearing his press conference, he took the fight on a 3-week notice. In the beginning of the fight, he was hit with a headbutt, so he had to fight with a cut the whole fight. He got 2 knockdowns, 1 was taken away. I mean, god damn. He was robbed, man. Going back, watching the fight, he was robbed.
I got to go back and watch the whole thing. I only seen the first 5 rounds. So when I go back and watch the other ones, because he got the 8th round was clearly he got caught with the same punch. It was a check right hook. And the reason why Teo kept getting hit with that check, because he was lunging in, not working behind the jab. And Teo landed some good shots from what I saw in the first 5 rounds, but he got knocked down in the 2nd round. I need to see the other 7 rounds, because a lot of people have been telling me, Coach, watch this fight. So as soon as the show over with, I'm going to finish watching it, or at least later on tonight. But yeah, man, what do you think do you think Teofimo is the same fighter that beat Vasily Lomachenko, or do you think he's a different fighter from the one who beat Vasily Lomachenko, or do you think, no, he's just the same fighter? What do you think?
I think he could be the same, because you can be the same fighter, but mentally you cannot be there. So you can check back in if he gets all his affairs in order. But to be honest, he didn't use a jab. So I think that can change the fight a lot. That can open up, for you and stop your opponent from doing a lot of things. Even though Martin was more of a back foot guy, I like the style of Teofimo Lopez. Even though he was losing, he was the aggressor in most of the fight, I think.
Yeah.
He did get knocked down twice, but he should have lost the fight. But to be honest, if he would have lost, I think then he would have been done. Yeah. He probably would have retired. And he's only 25, so a lot of people saying he's done. 25 is young. He can turn it around.
Yeah.
But that's all I had.
Hey, shout out to O from Cali. Salute, fam. Thank you. Hey, thank you, bro, for calling into the show. Yes, sir. Phone line's open, man. 530-494-9636. Yeah, if you ask me, that's the main thing that I saw. All right. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, hold on.
Coach.
Unbiased fan, man. Talk to me, fam, from Connecticut. Talk to me, fam.
Man, you know, when it comes down to Teo, I'm not a Teo fan, but you know, I always put respect on these fighters' names because it takes a lot to get in this ring.
Mm-hmm.
He really needs to get a real trainer, man. He's regressing as a fighter because he's not getting the proper instructions, man.
Yeah, man.
For real though.
He said, no, but listen, man. I heard Timothy Bradley say, "No, man. Teofimo Senior was telling them the truth." I think it was Timothy Bradley, somebody. It was one of those guys. No, he was telling them the right instructions. It's just Teofimo wasn't listening. He wasn't listening. Well, what do you think about that? Just say that.
No comment. I'm gonna sing it for you.
Hey,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't roll with that sentiment. I cannot. If you count the 7th round actual knockdown,
it was the 7th or the 8th?
That fight becomes. I thought it was the 7th.
Okay, 7th. Okay.
If you count that, it literally swings the fight. That's how close of a fight it was for me when I watched it. Because I was watching, you know, I ordered the pay-per-view for Buzz, so I wasn't watching that fight, so I got a chance to go back and watch it. And the thing is, Teo did outland him most of the rounds because, you know, Martin is a counter puncher, so he's not throwing a lot of punches. But when you count those 2 knockdowns and then the 2 other rounds he won, it's literally like a draw or a 1-point win for him if you count that knockdown. But it just, I mean, regardless of that, I just think that after the Kambosos loss, he's lost something and he needs to find it. And he's dealing with, you know, personal life issues. And at the end of the day, you know, just keeping it real as a man, nobody gives a shit about our personal issues. Because at the end of the day, we're breadwinners. You got to go in and handle your business and do what you got to do. So he might need to take a little time, but he needs to get the proper trainer in his camp. He can still have his father there because his father supports him, even though I think his father's immediate. But having him there to support is important. But he needs to have the right training and the right team around him when it comes to him preparing for his fights. Because he has the talent. But the problem is he had power at 135. At 140, he ain't moving shit. That's the problem. That power ain't translating for him at 140, bro. If he fought Prograis today, the way he looked, he gets laid out. He gets put to sleep.
Man, let me tell you something. I met Regis Prograis at the fight. I interviewed him. And
I know. I saw everything.
And he's in great shape. Like, Regis Prograis don't gain a lot of weight in between fights. It amazes me. Like,
he like Crawford. He lives a fighter's life.
Like this dude lives good.
He lives the lifestyle.
And he's like, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he's like, yeah, like, man, that boy there, man, like it's a different level. It's a different level trying to fight me. And I'm like, man, I listen. If Teofimo was to fight Regis Prograis, I got Regis Prograis stopping him. Like, stopping. Like, that'd be his first stop. He's gonna get stopped. You know what I mean? And this is no shade on Teofimo, but I'm saying the way he fights and the way Regis Prograis fights, and you can't have any mental lapses against Regis Prograis. You know, you can't.
One thing I will say though, Coach, the way Prograis fights though does work a benefit for Teo, because Teo has a tough time with great movers. Now the thing is, Prograis does move well, but he's not a great mover. See, it's the people who move. That's why he has such a tough time with Martin. Because anybody who moves, if you look at Teo's fighting history, everybody he fights that moves pretty well, he ain't putting them out. It's going 12 rounds. So that right there may give a glimmer of hope for him, but he has to be on top of his game to be able to face Prograis. And right now, I don't see him at the top of his game right now. He's unfortunately regressed as a fighter, and that's why I'm so adamant about him getting the right training team around him. So when he's preparing for this fight, he's mentally in the right space. Because half of the stuff that we do, especially in boxing, is mental too. And I think mentally, he's not in the place where he needs to be as successful in the ring as he needs to be.
All right,
because he is talented.
All right, but shout out to your unbiased fan from Connecticut. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to my brother.
Salute to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Got another call coming in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Ramos, what's going on?
What's your name again, brother?
Martin Ramos.
Oh, Martin Ramos. Talk to me, fam. Talk to me. Calling from New York.
What's up? Yeah. What's going on, Coach? I have an opinion on the fight. Yeah, I think it should have been a draw. Maybe that would have been fine because of the knockdown and the second knockdown they didn't count it. That would have been like a 1 point win for Sandor, I think. Or whatever went that way. And as far as Teo, with his father was giving him good instructions, but he wasn't doing it. But I think you're right. I think he needs another trainer. His father maybe could take like a second type of role. So that would have been what's best for him because he seems like mentally he's not good. And then that wasn't a smart thing to do at the end of the fight. He's doubting himself in the ring when you got cameras around recording you.
Yeah, he got picked up on the hot mic.
I kind of like noticed it because I was watching the fight and I was looking at him at the fight and I was reading. I was kind of like reading his lips and I was like, this guy looked like he's doubting himself right now.
Yeah,
so his body language and the way he was, and then next thing you know, I see them. They catch him.
And go ahead, fam. Sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Nah, and this is the thing. I was looking at just his body language, but his facial expression. His facial expression told me everything. I was like, damn, he really, really like, it was like he was about, now I don't say about to cry, but he had a look of sadness and disappointment and like a look of confusion. Like how someone looks when they're confused. Exactly. He had a perplexed look on his face. And I'm like, damn, and something is wrong with him up here. That's why I get concluded.
Yeah, and I was noticing that, like, wow, this guy, he's not looking good right now. He looks like he's doubting himself in the ring, and they caught him. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you go to a locker room, then you start talking it off. Not right there, they're gonna catch you.
Yeah.
But Coach, great show, man. It's hard to get through, man. It's like you're doing your thing. God bless, man.
Yes, sir.
And good luck on everything. Good luck on everything next year, man.
Yes, sir. Salute you, man.
Looking forward to talking to you again.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Martin Ramos. Yes, sir. Peace out to you, fam. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. In life, we all go through things in life, right? Everybody have problems. As my brother, Professor Griff, would say, he says, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. We are all spiritual beings that have human experiences, right? So Teofimo is having a human experience. We have them every day. And guess what? It is what it is. So, he got to get over it just like everybody else. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's your inevitable. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Stand up.
D-Block.
What's up, Coach? Man, looks like you had a blast up there in Nebraska, man. Damn. Okay. You had a blast. I'm grateful you duck and dodge some bullets, Coach. So you know what I mean. But you had but you had Tarver on your side too, Coach. You had Tarver, you had Paulie Malignaggi there. I mean, I knew they would have protected you anyway. So we talking about Teo, man. I mean, dang it, man. What happened to Teo? I think Teo had a mental lapse. I think his divorce with his wife and now wife again. I think that really hurt him.
Yeah.
I think the relationship strained when he got married with his wife didn't get along with his parents.
Yeah.
And his parents did a lot to him. So I feel like all of that, and then Cambosos, and then he was actually, I think before the last fight with Cambosos, he said he only had $20,000 left in the bank account before Triller and all that kind of stuff. So he was going through some financial stuff too,
Yeah.
But I think overall, I mean, for him to go up and go through all of that, I mean, I kind of am happy to know that, okay, he's done with that. He's done with that phase now. Now he's gonna. I could see in the future where he's gonna be even though a lot of people are gonna hate, a lot of people are gonna talk noise, because he's still young. I mean, he's still in his prime. I think he's still in his prime. Yeah, he should be.
He's only 25 years old. Yeah.
I mean, we can't doubt the guy. I mean, the guy was. He beat Lomachenko, and that's a great win for him. Nobody really can say that except for Salido, and we know everybody hates on Lomachenko because he lost to Salido. But we can go to another day. Anyway, So Tio, yeah, I think he'll bounce back, Coach. You know, he's just going through his stuff. I think people just making a big excuse. But one thing that I noticed, that Black Prime, man, I bought it. And let me tell you something, Coach. I loved it. I loved the presentation. I loved everything about it. They even had Blue as the guy giving out the score.
They had Blue there. Blue was sitting
but,
right next to Antonio Tarver. Mazzolani was over there.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Because where they were sitting,
and one more thing,
I was sitting on the other side. Well, go ahead.
Well, damn it, they should have had you already. They should have put the mic on you, Coach. You know, you would have been making a hell of a show, man. But one thing, and I want you to really look at this, okay, real quick. I know I talk a lot. You know how I am. Sometimes I just forget about that. I'm in this show. Terence Crawford got hit.
Yeah.
He got hit.
Yeah, we getting hit.
All right, and like you say, Coach, we're there to get hit, right? But he's 35 years old. I mean, he ain't in his twilight. I mean, he ain't in his best years no more. But man, if Errol Spence gets in another car wreck like he did this weekend, I mean, that tells you. And I keep on telling people this. They're not going to believe me. I already said this once, and I'll say it again. Errol Spence is an alcoholic. Okay, while you're driving to get in a car wreck, Terence Crawford is making $10 million and fighting in front of his people and making everybody proud. So that's all I got to say on that, Coach. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore, stand up.
Shout out to Adrien. Yeah, Crawford. Crawford's been getting hit his entire career. People make it seem like Crawford doesn't get hit. He always get hit. He's been getting hit at lightweight. He was getting hit at super welterweight. No, not super welterweight. Junior welterweight, and he gets hit at welterweight. You know what I mean? He gets hit. That's what he does. Shout out to Real Dude Uprising. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy. But he always knock him out.
Hey, Leroy.
The end result of what matters.
Received.
Tyson Fury gets hit. Shit. Every fighter I know get hit. Show me a fighter who don't get hit. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this Rick Timms in Houston. What's up, Will?
Hey, Rick, hold on, fam. Let me get the super chat out the way. Shout out to Rick Timms from Houston. What you say, Real Dude Uprising? You say Tio is cracked after the loss mentally like AB. Yeah, you know what? You might have a point there, Real Dude Uprising. You might have a point there, fam. Rick Timms from Houston, talk to me, fam.
Hey, yeah, I agree with that. You know what it seemed like to me, man, with Tio? It seemed like the bright lights have overwhelmed him, and he just got too full of himself. It seems, you know, Tio may just need a completely change of scenery. He needs to turn off all the cell phones, turn off the TV, just focus on family and boxing right now. Maybe just take a trip somewhere to rent him some secluded cottage out in some rural area. Just focus on that and his family and boxing. Because right now he seems like he distracted from the shining light, and it's not gonna add up with him too well at 140 because it's a lot of big money fights and a lot of heavy hitters. And the way he looked the other night, Will, he not ready for the big guys at 140. So
I don't think so.
Maybe he can change the scenery, but right now, Tio he gotta change what he's doing because it's not working mentally. Like you said, something is off with him right now.
Yeah.
To me, it just seemed like he just too full of himself. And you know what? I'm gonna let you go with this. It reminds me of like NBA or NFL executives when they considering drafting a top-notch prospect. Mm-hmm. You know, if you got a lot of baggage off the court, if you got a history of injury, man, they're not going to spend no first-round pick on you. They're going to wait to the second round. They're going to let you go undrafted. You just going to have to prove yourself. But it seemed like Tio was that top-notch prospect, and they didn't want to spend that first round on him. But that's all I got for you today, Will.
Hey, man, shout out to Rick Taylor, man. Salute, man. Houston, Texas, stand up, man. Salute, brother. Yeah, man. You know it is what it is, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna say this. Hey, shout out to Damien. Shout out to DeMar Weston. Hey, okay. For dropping that half for bam, double your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Demond, what you say, fam? He said, if you listen to the fight, Senior said, please listen to me. I disagree with Timothy Bradley. His coach kept saying the same thing. No adjustments at all. And watch Teo body language. He thought he lost. You know what? Hey. Now, I didn't see the fight. I only saw the first 5 rounds, so I got to look at the other 7 rounds. But when I did see the post-fight, like in the ring, he did have a dejected look on his face, in his body language. He looked dejected, like defeated. You get what I'm saying? You know, something, man, maybe that woman, man, you know, like his wife, man, the women to do it to you, boy. The women to do it to you, boy. It's cheaper to keep her. I'll call her. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Coach? It's Drew out here in LA, Coach, with the lick read.
Drew, man, from LA. Yeah, West Side, man. Talk to me, Drew.
You know what? I'm glad you had a good time out there, Coach. I see you making moves. I didn't see nobody pull up on you, Coach, like they be saying. I saw you front row with all the hitters, but I didn't see nobody going to battle for Wakanda. No.
Wakanda wasn't there, and if they was, they wasn't revealing themselves that night.
Like I said before, you could catch Coach ringside with the credentials. But anyway, Coach, when it comes to Teo, Coach, here's what happened. He got cheap, Coach, after the Loma fight.
Yeah.
For the Richard Comey fight and the Loma fight, he hired professional nutritionists.
Yeah.
And he had Joey Gamache doing the game planning. Since the Loma fight, he don't have the nutritionist no more, and he stopped with Joey Gamache, complaining about how he was broke after that fight because it took too long for the Cambosos. So everything is, honestly, Coach, he has only himself to blame because of the decision makings and the greed. So it's all on him.
Oh, it was a 10. Oh, the brother said it was a 10-rounder? That fight was a 10. I didn't know that fight was a 10-rounder?
It was a 10-rounder, Coach.
Oh,
it's all on him.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, Coach, how do you fire the nutritionist and the dude, the assistant trainer that got you ready for your 2 biggest fights? How do you get rid of those guys?
Man, I mean, maybe there's some validity to. Hey, shout out to my brother True Grit of 402. True Grit. Hey, that's my brother, that man. Shout out to True Grit, man. Maybe there's some validity to the money. Like, I don't know how much money he's getting paid at top rank, but you know, maybe there's some validity to the money that he don't have any. I'm not saying he's broke, like he got to work at a 9-to-5 job, but I do get what he mean by broke. He has more money going out than coming in. You know what I mean?
And I'm gonna add to that because I be at the fights, Coach. I see him and his dad at all the fights. His dad got Rolexes and jewelry. He's got too much money going out because he's the only one thing everybody's eating off him.
Yeah.
And that's to add to the stress. But like I said, like, bro, it comes time to the point where you got to be a man. You got to put your foot down. Mm-hmm. And one more bad performance, Coach, he's done. Like, right now, Coach, Regis will fucking put that boy to sleep. Regis will, Josh Taylor will, Catterall, Jose Ramirez, like, none of them top 5 guys. He don't want nothing with them top 5 guys. Right now, Coach, Shakur Stevenson will cook him right now, Coach. If he was complaining about Sandor Martin boxing and backing up, Shakur will fucking stop him. Easy.
Man, we'll see.
Yeah, but come on, like, those are rudimentary, like, mistakes he's making, Coach. That lunging in, jumping, and Sandor was catching him with the hook.
Yeah.
That's basic. That's boxing 101.
Man, you know what, Drew? Like, I listened. Listen, I have the clip right here. I listened to. They showed the knockdown. Right when Teofimo Lopez got dropped in the 8th round. The announcer said that's not a knockdown. That he said it before the referee even waved it off. They said it wasn't a knockdown. He said that's not a knockdown. It's like the announcers are trying to project onto the crowd, like the people who watching the fight on television. Yeah, you didn't see what you thought you saw. That's not a knockdown. I said, come on, man.
They're crazy, and I'm glad, Coach. I know you saw that. I'm glad Tim Bradley shut that shit down with Kriegel and all them trying to make excuses. He said that dude's dog food for anybody of the killers at 140. And Kriegel trying to make excuses, all them. Like, nah. I'm glad Tim said what he said because he really is dog food, Coach. But that's my time.
All right.
You have a wonderful day, Coach. Glad to see you out there. Take care.
Yeah, shout out to Drew, man. LA. Wait, yeah. West Coast and the BIH, man. West Side. Throwing up the W. Hey, shout out to your boy Mumbo. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Salute to your boy Mumbo. He said ran into Bud. Ran into coach at the Bud after party. Nebraska energy and atmosphere was lit the entire weekend. Yes, it was, man. Nebraska energy. The after party was nice. They did had a little scrap in there, you know, at the end. But Nebraska energy was nice, man. I like Nebraska a lot. The hospitality was wonderful to me. My brother True Grit, you know, that brother there, man. What else can I say? You know what I mean? The brother, man. Next, I'm like, damn. Next time, I gotta get next. Well, he already had his tickets, and I had mine as well, but I didn't even have to use my ticket. But next time, you know, I want to get my brother. I want to see can I get my brother True Grit on the floor with me. We got to get him on the ringside. We got to do ringside. Yes, sir, man. Your boy Mumbo, man. Salute to you, fam. Yes, sir. The entire they had the Ja Rule Ashanti concert. I think the same day while the fight was going on. I think the concert ended because we ended up seeing Lloyd, who used to be with Murder Inc. Lloyd was at the fight as well. He ended up, I think, leaving the concert and then coming inside. He was spotted inside as well. He gave some interviews as well. Shout out to my brother, the one, Mr. Ham. Okay. For dropping that $3 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
He said 100 dip.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, the one, Mr. Ham, he said it's time for T.O. to drop his dad, his trainer. Hey, look here, man. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. I ain't got nothing to say about it.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? 5.
Hey, knock down 305. He say, coach. He said, I know what's some honey dips out there. Hey, man, you know, hey, you already, honey dips. Hey, Dane County. Hey, you already know. Yeah, you honey dips out there, honey dips with tenderonis, man. I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't, you know, you feel me? You feel me? Hey, you know, hey, man, you know, what's understood need not to be said. Shout out to Jamario. You talking Jamario? So, what's going on, Jamario? Salute, fam. Yeah, man. You know what I mean. Shout out to G Daddy. What did he say, fam? He said, while all these fights going on during the Crawford fight, was there so hating on going on in the boxing? What did he say? He said, while all these fights going on during the Crawford fight, was there some hating going on in the boxing? Oh, no. There wasn't no hating. I mean, there was several fights going on. There was a bunch of fights going on. Those were just the dates. You get what I'm saying? There was a lot of fights going on that day. I don't think that there was a conspiracy against Crawford. You get what I'm saying? He said, Coach, you seen any of the ops that fight? Hey, man, what do you think? You know what I mean? It was all love, man. It was all love, man. Oh boy, woo, Lord, boy, listen, when it comes to that good green, boy, listen, that Omaha good green, boy, let me tell you something, boy. That Omaha good green, Lord have mercy. Lord, I ain't gonna say much. But sources say, we're just gonna say sources say. Sources say that a brother that I know had some of that good, had some gas, like some real good green, like it was that, what we say in Florida, that fire, not fire, but he had that fire. You know what I mean? He had that fire. He had that. And shout out to Mr. Warren. He had that gas. Boy, that Omaha good green. Boy, that Omaha Kush, boy, ain't nothing to play with, boy. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. I know what I'm talking about. From experience. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Bird from Chicago again.
Who this is, fam?
This is Bernie from Chicago.
Oh, Bernie from Chicago. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying, look here. Hey, I like what's going on. Hey, you know, you had made a mention. You said you saw something in that young man, Theo. You saw something in his face. I kind of saw it, too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the move of distinction. He to a certain extent, he didn't think he won that fight. He didn't put forth his best effort and everything. He kind of figured he gave up before the decision that came in. That going on with fighting. But this is what I want you to understand. what brought me right back to the fighting game and everything else was the fact that it gives you all your heart. Once you put you put all your heart in it, you don't need 3 other people to decide that you won that fight. That fight came to a surprise to him. That was a Christmas present, early Christmas present. Like you say, and you say you ain't think all of it. What? Maybe you'll come to the conclusion, maybe he didn't win that fight, and now you will understand why he had that look in his face, young man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Hey,
and then that goes right back to why I called you in the first place. Well, I'm always messing with you. Look, everybody in that 140 class better watch it, especially everybody in that 135 class better watch it. Why? Because Kid Austin is out there. Back to you, young man. Get on with your show. I love you.
All
Remember,
right,
I told you that. I love you.
Hey, shout out to Kid Austin, man. Shout out to Broner from Chicago. Yeah, man. Yeah, salute to you, fam. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I gotta call my brother. I gotta call Pop. I gotta call Pop Schofield now, Kid Austin's father. I gotta call him on the show with. Hey, man, let's give everybody a round of applause, man. Thanks. Everybody a round of applause. I'm gonna say this. There's a new day. There's a new day in boxing. We're getting some good fights. Some fights we won't get next year. I think boxing is in a good place right now. Me talking to Mickey Bay said that boxing is in a good place right now. There's a lot of money in boxing right now at the moment. Now, everybody don't have the money now. Some people are missing some vibranium, but there's a lot of money. There's a shift going on in boxing. There's a shift. And BLK Prime is a part of that shift. Now, I know that some people who are pro-promotional companies, they might be feeling some type of way about that. No, I love my promotional company. As though you have stock in it. You know what I mean? As though you have stock in it. But it's not just BLK Prime. It's Pro Bellum and stuff. There's money that's in boxing. And let me tell you something. If you are a fighter, and being independent is the way to go. Shout out to my sister Nick Rich. Much love to my sister and her husband. Much love to my sister Nick Rich. Shout out to the one, Mr. Ham. Okay. He said, so Omaha, Omaha got that true blood Crawford out. Yeah, yes, sir. True. Yes, sir. But there's a shift going on. And being an independent fighter, meaning you don't have to call nobody. You don't have to call nobody. Oh, man, I got to call. No, it ain't going to be none of that. Meaning that, you fight on a fight-by-fight basis or a two-fight deal. You get your money. None of that. Promise to get paid on the back end stuff. None of that sweet talking you, smooth talking you. None of that. It's now, baby boy. Everything going to up and up. There's a new day. Now, if you love the sport of boxing, that's all you care about, just the boxing. But if you are a fan of promotional companies because you want to push your certain narrative, you might not be a part of this new day. Okay, you might not understand it. Because at the end of the day, the new day means we're going to get the fights. Now, we may not get all of the fights because there is a civil war going on in boxing with promotional companies. Things have changed. So, if you with a certain promotional company, there are certain fights you ain't going to get. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? Shout out to Drew. Okay. I would say, family, he said, you going live for a new way tonight? No, that's tomorrow night. A new way is on Tuesday. That's tomorrow night. I'm going live for tomorrow night. Hey, I shout out to Fiona too. She said he had that pressure, huh? Yeah, yes. I ain't gonna say who it is. Sources say it's Pentagon information. It's Pentagon information straight from the Pentagon. I'm not gonna say who it is, but boy, Lord have mercy. Lord, L-A-W-D, Ham, H-A-M, mercy, M-E-R-C-Y. Lord have mercy. That's all I got to say. True. Yeah, tomorrow morning we going live. I'm finna create the thumbnail. We are going live for A New Way to Monster. I want to see that fight. This will be my 3rd time covering a fight in Japan. So if you see me going live early tomorrow in the morning, it's me. You might be going to work in the morning. I will be live. So you could be doing the Tootsie Roll, the Butterfly, the Cabbage Patch, the Smurf, the Pac-Man, the WAP, the baseball bat, you know what I mean, the Funky Chicken, all that stuff there, man. You can be doing all that on your way to work. Shout out to Drew. Okay. Dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your boy. He say, out here we say, is it the fire or the liar? Is it the fire or the liar? Yes, sir, man. And I ain't talking about no Reggie. I ain't talking about no Reggie, boy. We ain't talking about none of that Reggie, man. Yes, sir. We going live in the morning, and we're gonna go live tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. So it is what it is. We're gonna have a double header, man. Other than that, that's it. It's the boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Shout out to Adrien Broner too, man. Very, 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 very nice guy, man. Very, very nice guy. You meet him personally, he's very nice. He ain't in shape right now, but you know, he kind of like he 12 months pregnant. But outside of that, you know what I mean? Yeah, he gonna, we gonna see what it do.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Yeah, man. If y'all want to see Teofimo and his dad stay together, man, then we got to go ahead and make it do.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to win.
that's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got to. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Man, and shout out to my dog. And shout out to my dog Brady Tway. He said, "Coach, you drink?" No, sir. I don't drink. I'm not really a drinker. And shout out to my dog Jamal Charlo, man. I've been kind of hard on him. Pause. I've been kind of hard on Jamal Charlo, but I'm gonna try to lighten up on him. Hopefully, we can get some fights.
We're the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out.
What's up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Nello.
And you know what it is, man? And shout out to my dog Booger Ray, man. Booger Ray, he ain't been the same, man, since Tank been gone, man. I don't know what it is, man, but we got to do what we got to do to try to see if we bring my dog Booger Ray back into the fold.
Sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll smack the shit out in front of everybody.
Only dark times for you.
I mean, just throw Haney's name in the hat. There is no fucking hat.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I don't play them type of games.
Leonard L.B. Why you always talking about me?
Didn't you fucking learn your lesson from that? With AJ?
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll knock that motherfucker's hole out. Period.
Only dark times for you.
Ain't no hats to throw nothing in here. We're running a fucking business.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
You fucking idiot.
Leonard L.B. Why you always talking about me?
Yeah, man, it is what it is. Once again, it's on, man. We gonna make it do what it do, man. It's on like Donkey Kong. That's what we used to say when I was a jitterbug. Man, it's on like Donkey Kong, man. It's on like Donkey Kong, man. It is what it is. What's happening? We gonna keep it popping, shang-a-langing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Let's go ahead and do this, and you know how we do this here, man. As a matter of fact, since AB was at the fight, let's go out with AB. Let's go out with AB.
Turn around.
Once again, it's on. It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Media Today, USA Boxing. I'm gonna give you some parting words. Give you guys some parting words. 2023 coming up, right? Some of the people that are here with you today, I'm not talking about people passing away. That too. Some people who are here with you today, they ain't gonna be here next year. That part. But some people who are in your lives today may not be in your lives next year. And I'm not talking about nothing happening to them physically. I mean, it may be certain things with those guys, those people who, you're on your journey, right? And those people who you may have started out with and may have been with you, they may have turned against you for whatever the reason may be. Don't worry about that. Never feel bad about someone, God blessing you, when someone removed themselves from your life. When someone removed themselves from your life, always look at that as a blessing. Be thankful for that, right? You know what I mean? Because it's going to come. So when they remove themselves from your life, be thankful that they've done that, right? Now, once they remove themselves, never let them come back again. Let them remove themselves. You keep it pushing. You keep going. There are bigger things in store for you. Doors are going to open up for you, but you got to trust the process and keep pushing. Those are the parting words I'm going to leave you with. Don't worry about those who have left your side. If they left your side or left around you, don't kick it with you no more. Don't worry about that. That's the process of elevation. When you're elevating, guess what? Everybody can't elevate with you. Some people are just dead weight. Some people don't serve any purpose in your life at all. Those who don't serve a purpose in your life, don't worry about them. You just keep pushing. Other than that, that's it. I'm going to holler at you guys. See you guys tomorrow morning, probably about 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto, don't beat me there, beat me there. Peace, y'all.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.